The following podcast contains graphic language, men flying, garbage eating garbage, and graphic language. Viewer discretion is advised. You know, you got to learn to kick ass to be an effective peacekeeper.
Four guys and a movie. Four guys and a movie. Donnie, Brian, Rob, and Joe reviewing movies for the show. Four guys and a movie.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the podcast of graphic violence.
There's going to be a lot of language in this one. I had to mention it twice.
Yeah. This is Four Guys in a Movie, the podcast about movies, snacks, and all things nerdy. I'm your host, Hugh Janus.
What?
That should not be that funny. But it is.
Oh, boy.
That's my alter ego.
Oh, Hugh Janus.
Anyway, I'm Rob. Gothy Smurf. Go ahead.
Tonel.
Toenail.
I'm Solomon Grundy.
Oh.
Yeah.
General John.
Oh, John.
A giant mute piece of naan bread.
Piece of Joe bread.
All right. Great. We watched Superman 2 from the year 1980, right? I think this one came straight on the
Yeah.
zero there.
Yes.
Right on the big zero. Who's seen this film before at the table?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw the whole thing all the way through, but definitely parts of it.
Yeah.
Nope, none of it.
Okay.
Many times on TV.
Yeah. Was this how you remembered it?
Not quite.
Yeah.
There's definitely some nostalgia goggles that got smashed today.
Yeah. We'll definitely get into that.
Yeah, it's funny how, like, I remember the whole middle of the movie being, like, 20 minutes.
We're not there.
I remember a lot less plot lines being introduced and then immediately like countermanded and doing something else.
Well, Tony, you got any?
All right.
right.
Starting early.
Fartner.
You got any beans for us about this movie?
Can't have the beans. Just try the fish.
I'm very upset by the Baja Blast Mango Doritos, and it's
We'll get to
yeah,
it.
I know
We'll get
it's
to
just
Who knows when?
I'm already angry.
All right, so this has nothing to do with anything other than we watched Superman 2, as you mentioned, directed by Richard Lester, who did Three Musketeers, The Ritz, Superman 3, and The Return of the Three Musketeers.
Yes.
Richard Lester?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we'll get
Except
into that.
for, the first 20 minutes of the movie, which was just Dahmer.
Well, yeah.
Dahmer.
Donner.
It is Dahmer.
Should have been Dahmer.
It is
the
Dahmer.
Dom and Donner.
The Dahmer cut.
Well,
Yeah.
they were both the movie and people were hacked up like that. No, so yeah, obviously the big thing being
Superman.
originally Richard Donner did the first Superman movie. They at the same time were filming Superman 1 and Superman 2. He got to be like around 75% of the way done. And then they were like, yeah, just stop that and finish the first one or something. Like it's complicated, but there was some bad blood between everybody, and he ended up getting fired. So they brought in Richard Lester, who then, I guess, I don't know if he wanted full credit or if Donner just didn't want any credit, but to get
Would you?
to get credit for it, he had to basically reshoot a majority of this movie, which posed other complications because a lot of people were pissed about Richard Donner being fired, which is why Gene Hackman did not return for reshoots, which is why that bad stand-in shows up numerous times.
Okay.
And there's a whole lot of voiceover of, when he's just, going across the ice capes or whatever, and, you're just hearing talking. That's somebody doing his voice, and he had nothing to do with any of it. And of course, we see a lot more of Kal-El's mother because Marlon Brando sued because of the money dispute over the first one, so they completely cut him out of this one.
Put my lines on the diaper again.
Yeah, it was a whole freaking mess.
Can't read anything through all this baby shit.
But even
That
after
was the
this,
problem, was there were no actual babies for him to write his lines on the diaper.
If we show the dick again in the opening credits, so what do you think of?
and
Fuck.
I'm sure
Rob
Marlon
got
Brando
himself
was
twice.
not
the
that
beginning of all our troubles, I'm going to say, is here in 2004 in an interview with Margot Kidder, who mentioned that the original Donner cut was mostly done and existed out there. And so there was a bunch of people writing in and whatnot. And eventually we got the Donner cut, which eventually led to us getting the Snyder cut. And so
I don't
it's-
think we can blame Richard Donner for
I'm not blaming Richard Donner. I'm blaming Margot Kidder.
fair. Fair.
But it's more just the putting that idea in people's heads and then letting them bitch till they get what they want, and it started that ball rolling.
Wish that worked on the original Star Wars trilogy.
There you go.
Yeah, but he's holding firm to fuck you guys. I imagine he'll release it when the final copy of the Star Wars Christmas special is destroyed. Want to guess how much it cost to make this movie?
McClunky.
It's 1980. So this is hard to
They
gauge.
blew some shit up, I guess.
There were a lot of different locations.
15 million McClunkies.
They somehow ADR'd a line from Predator into the movie. That's gotta cost
From
something.
6 years in the future.
Yeah,
It's gotta
that's
cost
hard to do.
something, man.
Yeah.
God. 50 million.
That's what Joe said.
No, I said 15.
Oh, you said 50. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
20 milli.
25.
I'll give it to Rob. It's $54 million.
Holy fuck.
Well, guess how much it made.
It is a sequel to a successful movie.
But in 1980, that 52 million would buy you two aliens and a predator, I believe.
So what should 200 million get today, and what does it get us?
Say that's a lot of fucking money in 1980.
It is.
All right. So it's a lot of fucking money now.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So who do we get for our 50?
Would you want?
Whoa, how
wanna
much
guess
it
how
made?
much it made?
Oh shit.
Just breeze past that.
I mean, they knew they had gold.
They were already working on 3.
yeah.
Touting that shit, and we got how many more?
Yeah,
2 more.
at least one more after that. After 3.
Oh, yeah,
or
3
was-
more, right?
Well, no, it went to
Well, it's 3. There's 4.
3 and 4, then long break for Superman.
Okay.
All right.
Whatever the
Returns.
5th one was. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm not even counting that.
I'm gonna say 250.
150 million McClunkies.
You said 250, Rob?
Yeah.
I'll go 200.
201 and a green crystal dildo.
And yeah, I'm sorry, Joe. The McClunky exchange rate isn't what it used to be. So
Okay.
you're totally wiped out of this. But no, it was $216 million.
So Rob wins.
So it
was
wasn't
over, right?
60, I thought he said, right?
16.
216.
Oh, okay. Never mind. John wins.
So I would. John wins.
Yes.
Collect your crystal dildo on the way out. Don't worry. It lights up.
And it'll make you lose your memory and possibly all your power.
And give you cancer.
Weirdly,
Definitely.
It takes your power away, but then it gives it back.
Yeah.
this
Do something
this
about
is arguably the best of the Superman movies.
Oh.
But it started going downhill. And it
after that,
made
I
less
was going
money.
to agree with arguably.
Yeah, well, that's. I mean,
You know-
and again, I'm also just to clarify. I mean, of that era. Like, I'm not going into Superman Returns or Man of Steel or any of that kind of shit.
No, I mean, I'll watch this over Man of Steel, definitely.
Well, yeah. But still,
I don't know what the best super. I have never seen 3, so but I know like
Unless it comes up on here.
'Cause-
don't do it.
1 didn't go so well. I know 4 doesn't go so well.
I think the best Superman movie is probably whatever videos Henry Cavill has on his Instagram right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
probably the best Superman.
This is like a man kicking you in 6 different parts of your body that aren't your balls and being like, which one of those is the best?
You're like, please just kick my balls
Yeah.
so I can pass out.
Oh yeah, and the astronaut that got kicked in the balls had to be cut out of the Japanese version because it showed a woman being too dominant for a man
Holy
Okay.
or
fuck.
to a man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
I believe it.
Can't have these
That wouldn't last very long.
can't have these women flying in space kicking your cosmonaut in the dick.
No.
That's no.
You can, however, make a whole animated series about a woman kicking a guy in the dick for pleasure.
Yo, yeah, well,
But
yeah.
Yes.
No, because he
That's-
agreed to that.
yeah, he's enjoying it.
Now,
Wow.
she's getting railed by a octopus, then yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
Who is that?
So who's in this movie, Joe?
Who is that? Oh, it's Rob. Oh, his glasses were off.
Oh, you thought maybe I was a superhero.
I thought you
Yeah.
might have been a different person.
I thought so.
Later on, Brick's gonna go jump into traffic,
I wasn't.
try to make Super Rob show up.
I was just gonna say, I'm so convinced that that's actually Rob. I'm gonna cut my wrist.
Yeah. Little does he know, Super Rob is just like worse Rob. He's just like good.
Oh yeah. Also, notice I didn't say he's gonna save me. I just want to
Yeah.
cut my wrist.
All right, so we got Christopher Reeve as Superman. You got Margot Kidder as Lois Lane, Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor, Terrence Stamp as General Zod, Sarah Douglas as Ursa, and Jack O'Halloran as Nan, who the one time they said his name, I thought they said Lod, so I wrote
That's what I thought too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
like Lond or something like
Doesn't matter.
low.
He can't
Lothar.
pronounce his own
Yeah.
name either. So
Yeah, there you go.
So, spoiler, I'm going to say a lot of mean things about this movie, but
Hey,
That's what we do here.
You know, Margot Kidder, I could leave her, but the rest of this
she's
cast
gross.
is like the best in the Superman movies for like what they're doing. Like I like Christopher Reeve as
I really like
Superman.
Yeah.
I like Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor.
Yeah, ish.
Now, granted, I don't know a lot about Lex Luthor, but you know,
I mean,
he works for me.
I mean,
I don't want to be that guy, but like Clancy Brown,
I don't know.
I think is the best Lex Luthor.
I don't know, like what movie he played in.
He voiced him in the
animated.
cartoon.
He was in the animated series.
Oh, yeah,
which
well, that doesn't
I
count because
understand.
Kevin Conroy's the best Batman. Yeah, the people in the animated series are the best,
Yeah.
obviously.
Lex Luthor for me,
Nice foghorn like fart.
like Lex
Slip that in
Luthor is
there.
he's a criminal genius
Yep.
and like a hugely successful businessman with like poise and demeanor, not Gene
Whatever
Hackman
that
used
was.
car salesman. Lex Luthor.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't get behind like comic relief villains. No, pretty
Yes,
much
but
ever.
this is the kind of thing like when people argue like the best Spider-Man, because I'm like Tobey Maguire was a great Spider-Man for like that Sunday paper comic Spider-Man that like the earlier Spider-Mans. Andrew Garfield was really good at like the superior Ultimate Universe Spider-Man, whatever. Tom Holland, I think, is the best of the like melding of the kind of being its own Spider-Man. And it kind of the same with this, like Lex Luthor. If you're going like the super villain mad scientist style, we're starting to lean into more the businessman. This was when it started becoming a thing, and I think he does a decent job of doing that. And like it's super campy and goofy, but like that's what they were going for, so I can't blame him for that.
So do you feel Kevin Spacey was a more believable villain?
Surprisingly, yes. But yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, let's not get into that.
Still better than fucking Jesse Eisenberg or whatever his name is.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
that
anything
was.
is
I
better.
mean, and again, I don't necessarily blame Jesse Eisenberg for that. That was like everything was wrong in that one.
Yeah.
Although I'm now just picturing Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor with the picture of Bill Cosby in his office.
yeah, and a big jar of lemon
Grandma's
tea or
pee, yeah,
whatever.
yeah, whatever. God damn it!
No,
peach tea,
those
some
charges were dismissed.
Oh, a bunch of new
And
ones came up apparently.
Liam Neeson was advocating for his
Yes,
return to
I saw
acting.
that. Good old Liam Neeson.
And he stopped pissing himself long enough to have a conference.
Tony goes straight for the shame spell.
Well, come on.
Hey, we got
I
food.
missed something.
Let's eat.
Have
some
you not
shit.
seen that? Look it up. There's a ton of photos where people were like, "Oh, it's Liam Neeson. Let's get our picture with him," and he's clearly wet himself. Like it's all down his
I thought
leg.
he was wearing a kilt. He thought he could just free flow it.
Free flow. Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's either a kilt or Jedi.
But anyway,
All right, we have Sour Patch Kids Oreo. These are probably gonna be bad.
Yeah.
didn't try this? No.
So- no, we didn't. These are Sour Patch Kids flavored cookie and cream with colorful inclusions.
Yeah, if they're not actually bad, they're at least just gonna be pointless.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, pointless is kind of Oreo's thing at this
Yeah, they're
juncture, but
they're gonna make me want Sour Patch Kids and Oreos, but not together.
Yeah.
just pass
I-
that down across. So
I'm
yeah,
starting to think this is all like a ploy by some of these people. Same with
you
Reese's.
think so?
Well, no, but like, I think it's a thing of like we already made the good one, but people are gonna just get complacent with it. So
I like
let's
the
make
smell.
crap
I
and make them
don't.
come back.
It smells and looks to me like funfetti cake.
Yeah, I could.
And
I
if
could
it
see
tastes
that.
like funfetti cake, which I know it won't,
If I hadn't looked at it, I would like the smell. But
Yeah.
I'm like, this doesn't smell like what's in my hand.
It smells like Fruit Roll-Ups to me, or not Fruit Roll-Ups, Fruit Loops.
yeah, it does smell a little Fruit Loopy.
It's
All right,
yeah,
I'll
that
try
chemical Fruit Loop.
It's going in.
it. Whoa! Oh yeah.
Nope.
Whoa!
Oh.
Weird.
I mean, it's exactly what I expected, which
Not-
is still
not
nope.
What I expected.
No, it's a Sour Patch Kid between two vanilla wafers. Like, it tastes exactly like that.
If you
Yeah.
like creamy kids,
Oh God.
Sour Patch style. So yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was not expecting. So to tell our audience what we're all experiencing right now, between two golden Oreo cookies, which are like seem more like tough than normal. They have a bit more like bite to them. Between two golden Oreo funfetti looking cookies is cream that tastes like a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah.
Tastes like the
It tastes sweet,
gummy-
and then it goes sour, and then it goes sweet again.
Even though, go ahead, Tony.
I was just gonna say it tastes a little like cake frosting, but then you just get hit with Sour Patch
I
Kid.
got no cake problem.
Yeah.
It's just pure sour. It tastes like a red Sour Patch Kid to me.
Yeah. That's
Whoa.
Even though nothing in an Oreo cookie is natural, this is still a crime against nature.
How do you make natural less natural?
Yeah.
Or unnatural less natural?
No, they got fucking F. Like,
That's all
Yeah.
around, I assume.
Yeah.
I don't like sour things in general, so I'm biased. But it sounds like I'm in good company with an F.
yeah, I want Sour Patch Kids, don't get me wrong, but like, not in a cookie.
I also gotta say, like, the aftertaste is like it's
Yeah, that's not
waiting
good.
for
wreaking
it-
more havoc the longer
waiting
we
for it
talk.
to dissipate because we got more shit to get through.
Yeah, I think of all of
I
us,
don't think it's
Tony
going away.
endured it the best, but it looks like even now it's getting to him.
Yeah, I don't think it's going away. It seems to be getting worse.
All right, I think some
And
Doritos.
I didn't enjoy it, but I'm okay.
Okay, some Doritos Baja Fiery Mango should eradicate.
Fuck
My taste buds, yeah,
Not
probably.
Radiate.
Yeah, I'll admit, I have a lot of things that are just immediate disqualifications and gross me out
Anybody
for
want
food.
to take a guess on what color they are?
Gross.
Did you say Bruce?
It's a gross.
I'm gonna guess that they're like chicken wing orange, like
okay.
buffalo sauce orange.
Yeah.
An unacceptable green.
Like,
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
gonna go with like a burnt sienna.
Sienna.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm thinking like the inside of a very yellow fruit, some kind
Like a
of
mango.
like a mango.
Where would you get that idea?
What did you say? Green or what?
No,
did
I
you say?
said like more the orange, like a traffic cone.
Yeah.
I think Tony might be the winner here, or
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah, no, that looks
That's-
like orange buffalo. like,
Yeah.
hot sauce.
Fairly regular
Chicken
for
wing.
I
Doritos.
think,
Yeah,
I think
that's
Joe
pretty
and I
standard.
were the farthest away from the
Yeah.
truth.
So mango is one of those things like coconut that just immediately ruins anything it's in
Oh.
for me.
Yeah.
So I'm very
that's
angry
unfortunate.
because I'd be like, Baja Blast, I'd kind of like to try.
I'm that way with coconut, but not mango. Usually I like mango.
I love mango,
Yeah.
but I'm not excited about the jalapeno that's also
Oh
in
yeah,
the
if
bag.
you want, I've got some homemade mango lassi in the fridge.
But here's the it's
Sister-in-law made.
it's Doritos. Okay, Doritos are good. With Baja Blast, that's a weird combo. You're throwing in mango and like it's spicy for no reason. Like why?
Usually, I think the fiery, the flaming, it's kind of it's a catch-all for like not a normal Dorito at this point. I think.
I think at this point they just have a chip bag full of words that they're
Yeah.
pulling
Yeah.
concepts out of.
All right.
Kind of like that
Yeah.
idea. Ooh.
Well, if you don't like mango, you're not gonna like this.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's a definite mango.
And it
Hey.
definitely has more heat than the other
Yeah.
hot Doritos that we tried.
Yeah, this I can actually taste the heat in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
this-
admit, like,
I'm gonna go for my Mountain Dew.
I taste mango wrong, apparently. Because
Okay.
to me it tastes like perfume. So it tastes like spicy perfume.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, that sounds awful. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, you have a disease, sir.
Yeah, see,
These are pretty good.
well, I
Mango-
think maybe I have a similar thing with
Pass them down
the
to Brick then.
because they're saying they taste heat. I don't taste heat. It's just making my tongue tingle. Like it's not
Yeah, no, that's
enjoyable.
Like,
it's
that's
just
like
These
that's
are pretty
like
spicy.
chicken wing buffalo hot sauce.
kinda yeah, but
Yeah, I mean they're fine.
like I like sriracha sauce, but like this is just like yeah, we in lieu of actually making it spicy or hot, it's just chemical burn in your mouth.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
just-
Well, yeah.
it's not good spicy hot. It's just
And I did save what I hope will be the best for last. This is Lay's potato chips, the West Coast crispy taco flavor.
Oh, did we grade that last one?
Oh
No.
no, we didn't.
fail. I do not want to put them in my mouth.
I like these. I would actually call these. I would buy these. I would put this in the A
The
tier.
mango part I like.
A tier, wow.
I don't like the.
Yeah,
The spicy part.
I'd
I mean-
give it a C.
It's a biased fail for me. I don't think it was ever had a chance with me.
That's fine.
yeah, I think I'm D.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. And yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with those Sour Patch Oreos.
I feel like you could throw those out in the lawn and nothing will take them.
Oh,
like the
Joe.
birds will leave them alone.
How strongly do you react to poison ivy?
Not at all, as far as I can tell.
Really? Okay. Because mango is actually in the poison ivy family, and that
Maybe
causes
that's why. Maybe the
a lot of
immunity
people problems.
causes whatever. All right. Oh god.
Yeah, see-
yeah, they smell like tacos. these
Yeah,
things.
they have some brown, like
they have
kind
some
of
brown.
some skid marks on them,
There is some brown.
and they do smell like tacos.
And see, here's the problem. I don't know if I'm gonna taste these
Why?
because I just got that tingle from the mango
Oh,
shit.
yeah, you're saying
I
your
don't know if I'm gonna
taste
be able
buds
to
are just
try to-
fucked.
Yeah, I'm gonna
go
try,
get
but
some,
I
go get
just
some milk.
Do you stop the blue milk?
I do not have love the blue milk. I think Rick took that.
I killed it.
Oh, you
I,
did.
no, I took it.
All right.
oh they definitely do yeah
All right, boyos.
they got that smell.
Bottoms
Smell.
up, senor.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
I mean, it's definitely better than the other two.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
Still haven't decided if it's good or
It's
not.
faint praise.
Yeah.
Like it tastes.
It tastes like my fart smell after I eat Taco Bell.
Yeah,
that's
kind of yeah.
I can't argue.
Yeah, they taste. I was gonna say they taste sad and brown.
I'm having trouble disagreeing with you. Like,
Yeah,
combined with the brown skin marks on them, like I think someone just farted on a bag of chips.
here's the problem with that.
farted in a bag of chips.
Especially after everything else we just tasted, I can't give it that low of a grade. But I can't give like above a B for something that tastes like John's farts.
I mean,
I can taste. It's weird. I can kind of taste lettuce and like a little tomato. It could just be my brain.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
I-
the taco spices.
Yeah,
I kind of get it.
it tastes pretty much like a crappy Taco Bell ground beef taco
Yeah.
with a
Yeah.
little bit of potato.
Yeah.
Like, I can at best give them a D because I don't want to eat them.
I'll probably also give
There are
these a D.
so many
Yeah.
other better lays
Yeah.
to pick.
I didn't particularly like the mango Doritos, but they at least like I could eat a handful. These I'm like I feel like it's gonna be like a battle if I'm gonna eat these or just throw them out and waste the food.
If I had to eat chips, like I could eat these, but like
Yeah,
it's a D.
they're bordering on offensive.
I think I'm gonna go C minus.
I kind of feel like they are offensive.
Yeah, to me, they are.
Wow,
offensive.
wow, okay.
They smell like my Taco Bell farts. It's offensive.
Because
Like,
for me,
I don't want to eat a bag of my
Yeah.
own farts.
of the 3 things we tried, that's the thing I would eat again.
Yeah,
So, I feel like maybe like C minus.
But would you
Because-
pay money for them? Would you buy them?
No, I wouldn't buy any of
Yeah.
these though.
Well, then for
Well,
me, that's a failure.
yeah. For me, F is like if someone offered it to me for free, I still wouldn't take it. D
Yeah.
is like I wouldn't pay money for it, but I'd eat it.
yeah,
Was that
okay,
a
then yeah,
chair
maybe
or a wet
That was
fart?
my foot.
Okay.
maybe a D plus. Then no. Just to give them a little leg up. Again, it might be a bit biased because I'm judging it against these other 2 terrible things.
No, they're here, they're free, and I have no desire to stick my hand in that bag and eat more.
I'm sciencing right now. Sorry.
You're
Judging how much
sciencing.
he likes my farts.
Rob's going
Apparently,
for each layer
Yeah.
of
So
the
this-
7-layer
Wait,
John
wait.
part.
Tony, give
Rob
me
is-
one more.
This is
Wait,
what
wait.
it would be like to give John a rim job.
Yeah. Wait. Wait. Rob is eating one of the chips,
which is weird because I thought it'd be closer to his brother.
and now he's going back to his jar of John farts to take a whiff.
Yep.
Now back to the chips.
Also, go to our website if you want to buy a bottle of Brick bathwater.
Joke's on you. Brick doesn't take baths.
You are correct.
Oh no.
I don't have enough room for a tub in my
He
basement.
just rolls in a kiddie pool full of dust.
Yeah.
He takes a shower at Wendy's like a man.
Like, you know what? I feel like the taco ones, they're like
they're growing on me a little. I'm not gonna lie.
a little bit, yeah, a little bit. I'll give them a D plus, and they taste like the idea of a taco with the soul taken out of it.
I mean,
So it's still John's
That's
taco.
kind of the same thing. Yeah.
After it's gone through my
That is,
digestive
yeah.
tract.
That's about it.
to me, like they're starting to just taste kind of like the Thanksgiving like seasoning.
A little bit. Yeah, I'm
Icky
definitely.
enough.
I could see that.
I'll generously call the flavor processed taco.
Yeah.
With processed in quotes.
Yeah, but it's still.
Processed by my digestive.
You still have the problem of the Thanksgiving chips. I
It
would
does
buy
make it West Coast style.
these.
doesn't
I probably wouldn't.
it? It smells like a fart with all the soul taken out of it. Sounds like California to me, baby. All right, so Brick's just housing the Doritos and the taco chips to, I guess, verify.
Now,
Have you throw these bad boys in there too?
I haven't officially timed this yet, but like I'm almost willing to bet that if you had started the movie when we started this episode, you would still be watching the fucking recap by the time
Yeah,
Yes.
like where we are right now.
it's heinous. So
You know,
yeah,
I'll tell ya.
Superman 2.
The spicy and the crispy taco together are actually pretty decent. It's like that's the soul that was taken out of it.
I'd
Everybody's
still-
looking for other alternatives.
If I now have to buy 2 bags of
Uh-oh.
chips to make them edible, it's not happening.
Oh yeah, no, it's
I wasn't going to eat anything, but then Tony produced one of those peanut butter fudge rounds, and I was like, oh, fuck, I want that. But it
Might have to
appears
do-
he may have had the last
Or
one.
maybe you could just dump it out on the table.
Well-
That's fine too.
No, Tony, no.
Oh,
Save me from myself.
Look at that.
It was finders keepers.
It might be a peanut butter crispy treat. Anyway, Superman 2.
All right. There is a long recap.
We're
And
not giving the credit to John Williams for some
well,
reason.
actually, yeah,
We'll
no.
mention him after.
John,
no, because he didn't do
yeah,
this.
this was just inspired by John Williams.
What the original?
This was part of it because John Williams did the score for the original movie.
That's what I'm saying.
He's supposed to do it for this one, but either because he was busy or because of the whole Donner situation, he did not return. Another guy replaced him who may or may not have been suggested by him or swooped in to take his scraps. Who knows? But yeah, so like I don't know if they used his original stuff or his stuff from the first one. They might have, redone it.
Yeah, it says
But
in
it
the
is, yeah.
it says in the credits based on music by John Williams.
Yeah.
Either way,
So they changed it just enough
Yeah.
to not
They
violate his
didn't
copyright.
change shit. It sounds
Yeah.
exactly
Well,
that's-
the same.
the theme is fucking amazing. It's like Superman does have a really cool theme, and like I don't know. I mean, would you take this over Batman?
No.
They're both. I don't know. I think they both fit their character really well.
Yes.
They
but
absolutely do, but
and obviously
Batman
Batman is attached to a better movie, but I don't know. I might like the Superman better.
Okay. That's also surprising considering you seem to like Superman the least of all the superheroes.
Yeah, yeah, but it's so I'm just the theme on its musical value.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to separate it from the movie.
What about
Fair.
Aquaman?
I don't know his theme.
It's Laurel and Hardy.
I know the drums part was played by an octopus. Does that help?
Yes,
Octopus playing
it
the
sure
drum.
does.
I'm Aquaman playing the band. Octopus on the
that,
drum.
right. That's his theme. Under the sea.
No.
I like the idea of John Williams directing an orchestra and they're all in scuba gear underwater. All right.
Somebody's crooning out the Aquaman song.
So, like, it starts off, it fools you because you're seeing footage that wasn't in the previous movie. You see, like, these trio of black-clad ne'er-do-wells that, you saw for a hot minute in the first movie. They are sneaking up on the goofiest guard ever. That, like, this is the person that Imperial stormtroopers look at and go like, ha ha.
Wait, is it a robot?
I don't know.
It was making.
Was anybody in there at all? Like,
He was mute and he had his little talk box.
But he was going like beep boop beep boop.
either way,
Was that him or was that his talk box doing? Who knows?
Just feel like this whole movie is a slight on the handicapped, and I just am getting really fed up.
okay. So,
I don't need a follow up.
that's not the only questions I
don't
have
want
from
you to
this
have
scene.
one.
Because they immediately steal a red crystal and break it.
Yeah, but wait,
Like-
but wait. All right, so they sneak up on what is obviously supposed to be a shitty robot. It's like the head is covered up. I mean, it might as well have like a Jiffy Pop thing.
Could be a
over
space
its head.
knight.
It's not a space knight. It's got like a KKK mask on.
It's a Robo Klansman.
It is a Robo Klansman. And
All right, that's good that he died.
yeah, and but it's got like gardening gloves on. They covered him up entirely because they were clearly trying to represent a robot. Because when he snuck up, he's like, intruder alert, and then he presses a button on his waist.
Which, why
And
would the
we're-
robot need to press a button?
Well, how
if
can
it
you
already
break a
detected?
robot's neck?
Good point.
This is-
Yeah.
So yeah, the robot's neck gets broken.
Also, who the fuck are these people? What are they doing, and why did they fail so
We don't
completely?
know because all of those scenes
There-
have Marlon Brando in
They're
them.
dressed in
Yep.
black. They must be the bad guys.
They steal a red crystal and break it, spraying glitter everywhere.
Well,
That's
yeah.
a capital offense in Krypton.
That's a capital offense in Rob's room too.
It's fair.
You break anything that
You-
causes a
yeah.
shower of crystals.
You're caught in the spinning
Glitter.
dual hula hoops.
Yeah.
And then we got the full recap of the first movie.
Oh yeah.
everything.
It's just
for
the
like
whole
20
movie,
minutes.
including baby dick.
Why? Why the
We
baby?
can't leave that out.
No,
You gotta have just a half second of baby peen.
the film is upheld with that tiny penis.
I mean, I haven't seen the first one in a
That-
while because wasn't here when you guys covered that. But like, that had to be the entirety of what you see of the baby
That
peen, right?
that actor's name, by the way, is Aaron Smolinski.
Oh no.
Poor guy. But like, so that was the entirety of that scene, correct?
What do you mean?
Like, if you watch the first movie, most of it is not baby penis. I am assuming.
The movie? No, most
No,
of it was
no.
baby penis.
So I mean, it's burned in your retina for at least half an hour
Yeah.
afterwards. So
So the
That's all you
little,
see, but yeah,
the
it's
little
not-
bit of footage they had of baby peen, they were like, "This has to go
Yeah.
in." You have to see the
Critical
entire
plot point.
bit of baby penis we have.
No, they didn't. They didn't put the entire thing in because honestly, the baby peen is like a good 45 seconds in the first
Okay.
movie.
Oh.
that's your. It's out there for a
It's
while.
there, like
But-
you see
Swinging in the
movement,
breeze.
like long enough to see movement.
Oh, God.
But we could have cut that out and just shown the part where he's wrapped up in the cape like a diaper, lifting the truck up off of Pa Kent. But no, we had to put the baby dick in.
Like, also could have just, started the movie,
Yeah.
but
So that's the funny thing too, because now it cuts to what I'm calling Manhattan Tropolis, because it's supposed to be Metropolis. It's clearly Manhattan, and you're like, okay, let's start the plot. Nope, no, we're only like halfway through the recap. Like we go back to him like, joining the Daily Planet, meeting Lois Lane, all that. I was writing this all down, and I'm like, why the fuck am I even doing this? This is just the first movie.
Like, I liked the concept. It was way too long.
Way too long.
yeah. For starters, you show some of the clips
Yeah.
while
some of
you're
them.
showing the names,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
cutting from clip, then the name flying through space,
Yeah.
then clip. Like
Yep.
you're just making it longer, but we
You
got to
know-
fill the time somehow.
Can it just be Lois Lane typing a story, and saying it?
That would have been good.
Yeah. But fucking like we see beach time in Lex Luthor's underground lair.
Yeah.
Like we needed that plot point from the first movie.
I didn't
Of
need
course.
it from in the
No.
first movie.
Nope. All right, so now we finally get this thing started, and I'm like, "Are you sure? Like, what? What are we doing here?" And we learned that terrorists have taken over the Eiffel Tower, and they brought a hydrogen bomb with them. And Lois Lane is on the scene. We
Pretty
just
sure I
put,
saw this episode on Ladybug.
yeah, we. Pretty sure that Lois Lane is in the blast radius, but the chief's like, that's good, that's fine, she'll get a great story.
Sure.
And yeah, we cut to the Eiffel Tower. Well, so we see Clark Kent run off down the street and like open up the shirt and like morph into Superman and fly towards Paris. And then what's that? That's my Dr. Pepper.
I was wondering what the hell that was. Another thing I want to point out here, though, is so we are to understand that in the morning or the wee hours, whatever of this day, terrorists attacked the Eiffel Tower and took people hostage. The Daily Planet had time to get Lois Lane a ticket, fly her out to Paris to cover this.
Yeah.
Got there, was able to do her whole thing faster than Superman was able to get there.
Yeah.
Because he didn't know about it because he was just jerking
I
off
don't-
in his apartment.
No, I get that,
Well, see,
but the minute he knew about it, he can be there. He is
Don't
faster
forget.
than light.
don't forget,
not in this
Metropolis.
movie.
Well,
Metropolis is just the next city over from Paris.
maybe. I don't know. Also, you can't say Superman's not faster than light in this movie because at one point he teleports, multiplies himself. I don't even fucking know. So he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Why did it take him forever to do all this?
You didn't know you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, movie convenience.
So we cut to a view of the Eiffel Tower from the Trocadero, which I've been to, and one of the best pictures I think I have of myself is I have a photo of me on the Trocadero with the Eiffel Tower in the background, arm in arm with the Predator.
It's an
And
awesome.
it is an awesome picture. The Predator just happened to be there the day I went.
Why not?
Of course, I got to get my picture with him. So anyway, Lois hypnotizes a security guard with the French dictionary.
Sure.
She's just like you could just walk up to security guards, hand them your book of translations, and be like, "Find the word for stairs."
Yeah.
And they will not pay attention to you anymore. And then
This is basically the equivalent of what's that over there?
yeah, and then she gets past him, and he's got her book, and he looks and sees that she's gone, and he's just like, "Fuck it."
Yeah, doesn't call security.
Yo.
He
doesn't-
took 3 steps. What more do you want him to do?
She ain't gonna compromise this whole situation with a nuclear bomb. And she decides to get on the bottom of the elevator that goes up to she climbs the stairs to the lower level, which is the only structure I've ever been in, the Eiffel Tower, that actually has an elevator that goes in a 45-degree angle like you see on the video games.
Okay.
But she climbs the stairs to the first part, then gets to the bottom of the elevator, takes that up, and she's trying to practice her spelling, I guess, to keep her from being afraid of heights. Whatever works. Meanwhile, the cops are like, "Here's the plan. We're gonna set plastic explosives on all the elevator's brakes,
Yeah.
and it falling is gonna cause the bomb that's in a different elevator to fall." And because it's not near the terrorists anymore, they won't be able to arm it.
Also, C4 inside
What?
the Eiffel Tower structure won't cause any other damage at all.
Yeah, and you don't know how oil drum fucking nuclear bombs work. So either way,
Neither do the terrorists.
yeah, the terrorists have this thing where the guy's like, "I can't drop this. If I drop this, the bomb will arm." And of course, the cops blow the brakes out on the elevator, and it's one of the more realistic depictions of how elevators work I've seen in a movie.
Did we talk about who the bomb guy is?
Who the bomb guy
no,
is?
we did not.
Oh, who is it?
It's Uncle Pork Flaps.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Uncle Pork
Yeah.
Flaps.
Yeah.
The uncle from Harry Potter
Oh,
is
okay.
one of the gentlemen arming the bomb.
The uncle from Wizard People.
Yep.
For Uncle Pork Flaps, yeah. He did both.
Yeah.
Was it cousin Beefy O'Weefy?
That's the song, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
very quickly. I'm sorry to derail. Genuinely this time.
Sure.
Roger Corman died, man.
He did.
Yeah.
He made so many films. That's kind of a big deal.
Somehow the best Fantastic Four movie.
Somehow the best
By
Fantastic
default.
probably will continue to hold that title by the sound of things. And
say,
I
yeah.
cut my teeth on his movies, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I cut many things.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
If you would like us to do a tribute month, Roger Corman, write
yeah, I
in, let
would.
us know.
All right, then.
Oh, okay.
All right. So now a hydrogen bomb is armed and using what will become a common play for Superman in future movies. He comes by, gets Lois Lane off the bottom of the elevator, takes the elevator and just yanks it out the top of the Eiffel Tower and throws it into space.
Yeah.
That is a theme of his,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, that's one of his moves.
Yeah.
Don't get in an elevator with Superman.
No.
You're leaving the world.
I got you this time,
One-way
Superman. I'm taking the stairs.
Superman, do you still have the comb you borrowed? It's where?
So, okay.
My arch enemy. Stairs.
So the nuclear bomb goes off. And that happens to be the one thing that could break the bad special effects on the Phantom Zone. That
Just
happens
so
to just
happened
be
to be
flying
passing
by.
by. Yeah. Close enough to Earth at that time.
Perfect timing. And now Zod and his
Wait, so that's what frees them?
yeah.
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 There's the shockwave in space, which I don't think can actually happen.
Nope.
It would just push you along, wouldn't it?
Yep.
You just go.
But
Well,
Mama Kal-El later on does say that, yeah,
Oogie boogie boogie.
that could potentially happen.
It's all good. It happened.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was the radiation wave.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there would still be some force from the actual like the plutonium and uranium breaking down, but it wouldn't be. It would be nowhere near what it was on Earth.
Hey, I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah.
I watched this movie. Science doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, because like it doesn't seem like anything more powerful than whatever they can produce on their end.
And like that, Zod and his lieutenants Ursa and Nonbread, they're immediately freed from the Phantom Zone, and they're just like, all right, let's go, we're flying now.
Yeah.
Like it's no big thing.
They fly now?
Yeah, they're just in space. They're like, all right,
Hi.
not even like a half second of like what the fuck just happened. They're immediately like, just go.
Yeah, let's fly to the
Well,
moon.
I mean, they were able to see out of this thing,
Yeah, were they?
so they saw it
They
coming.
couldn't fly before.
No.
Now they're just
Yeah.
like, I guess we can.
Could they
Let's do it.
steer the Phantom Zone? Did they know this was coming? They're like, oh, he got the elevator. Let's go there.
The smash cut to the other movie, the camera pulls out. They were just playing Second Life the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe this was a long con. They were just slowly pushing it towards Earth. Like, we're gonna get Kal-El's son.
And Superman is a lot shittier in this movie than I remember. Not just in like his effectiveness in doing things, but just as a person.
Okay.
Like dumbass Clark Kent just walks in the middle of the street
Yep.
and gets hit by a taxi, which ruins this taxi. There's just a Clark Kent shaped hole in the fucking thing.
Yep.
And he's
Now
just like,
Clark
whoops.
gets to sue him
And
and
everyone's
live in a beautiful New York penthouse apartment.
yeah, but everyone's like, wow, well, that man just took a taxi, no problem. And he's the same height and size as Superman. Nah.
Nah, he wears glasses.
Yeah.
That guy's a nerd.
It's like, fuck you, movie. At least do something cool before you start insulting my intelligence.
We did do something cool.
What did we do?
Remember, we let you watch the first movie. We showed you that baby dick. Does that
It's
mean
like time
nothing?
travel.
So now, Clark. Well, he was going to meet Lois, so he was blinded by Lois's sublime beauty or whatever.
Yep.
Just serving that one up to you, Rob.
Yeah.
So
Be like an ashtray.
yeah, blind by Lois's beauty or the cloud of smoke that
Yeah,
she
it
was
was the smoke.
trailing
Yeah.
behind.
Even his
Anorexic
X-ray vision
ashtray.
can't see through that shit. Like,
So now there's like we got to have like a comedy maybe scene.
Sure, why not?
We're juicing, we're smoking, we're talking about Clark needs to be more aggressive.
yeah, she's got a pile of oranges on her desk, and a juicer, and she's kind of but she also has an ashtray that is literally looks like the fucking mouth of the Mordor volcano. It's just jammed.
Yeah. And she's getting a bicycle delivered and she has like roller skates on the door and you're like, is there going to be some kind of fitness plot line? And that nothing goes
No,
with
she's
that
just
there.
earning a lot of Marlboro
Yes,
points.
I guess so.
Maybe he was like, they got letters like, Lois
Yeah.
seems really unhealthy in the first
I think that was the joke, is that she's on this fitness kick, except
Yeah.
she still smokes like a fucking chimney.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that's what I got.
Also, I don't know if you noticed this because it was kind of subtle, but Marlboro sponsored the movie.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
They did?
Now.
But little writing tip, I know the female romantic lead has changed quite a bit over the years, but I find for most of time, like you should probably make her actually, desirable and have traits that you would believe
Yeah.
a person would see her and be like, I love her. I want
Yeah.
to be with her.
Not just physically, like, a
Yeah.
nice person.
Yes,
Here's the
something
problem, Joe.
redeemable.
Back at this time, that kind of was what this was. For somebody, not for me, but
Not
for
far
somebody.
from what we get today from our heroines.
And, well, that's not. I
But,
disagree with
you know,
that. But
Yeah, well, at least modern heroines are put there not to just be the object of affection for the male character. That's her one job, and she fucks
Yep.
that up.
yeah, unfortunately, throughout time, because Superman was pretty much the mold in which superheroes
Yeah.
are based. So Lois got that really short end of the stick of being the first to be like,
Yeah.
I'm going to be the love interest. I'm also going to be the one that's just bumbling into danger at every possible moment so I can be saved.
But before then, there was olive oil.
Yeah.
She didn't
That's
even
true.
smoke.
And she was more pathetic.
Oh, she was definitely smoking.
No. She's like a noodle.
No, she
I'm
was
not.
smoking a lot, and that's why Sweet Pea came out retarded. Anyway, we'll be talking about Superman or
Oh,
some
no.
shit.
I need a minute. Someone else talk.
Well, you did touch on one of the problems of this movie wants to be, kind of, I don't know if kid friendly is the right word, but like have that cartoonish comedy and then have like slapstick comedy and then just have funny jokes,
Stupid
but also be exciting and adventurous. And it's
But didn't the
doesn't
comic do that? Because I don't remember all this silliness in the comic.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, the comic goes back way before I started reading it, but I don't remember it being this slapsticky. But
There
You
was
know.
some like dad joke level comedy.
well, this is also like the time where it was a big thing to make a movie out of a comic book, so people still weren't taking it that serious. Because it was like, oh, this is dumb kid shit we're gonna make into a movie. This is, not like today when we're like, we're gonna make Harry Potter into a movie because that's fucking gold. Like,
I have never read a Superman comic book other than The Death of Superman. So I don't know how it was.
and
But-
it's a little silly, but
I suppose, but I mean,
But yeah, I'd imagine because like 1980s, like Batman hasn't become like the Frank Miller hasn't gotten a
Yeah.
hold of him yet. Batman's still kind of the goofy guy too,
yep.
and whatnot.
Yeah, it's slightly different
yeah, we
style
watched-
of goofy,
we watched
but
that film
we
also.
yeah, again, there's a lot of problems with some of it. But
All right. Either way, we cut to Lex Luthor. He's in prison. His goon Otis is here. I'm like, great, this guy.
Yeah,
And-
he's not long for this film. Which
Thank
is-
goodness.
Good.
Man, oh man.
Yeah. So he talks about there's a black box he's got. It tracks alpha waves. It's saying to go north.
Oh, you mean that black box in a cell?
Yep. And I mean,
Because he yells that in the laundry room.
if whatever
like a
that
moron.
rack was that they're putting like the wet laundry on to steam it, if he just shoved Otis in there and closed it,
Nobody would be upset.
just mwah.
yeah.
But anyway, now we cut to some control room, and I'm like, I don't know, is this NORAD? Like, what is this? And then apparently it's Artemis 2. They're on the moon. There's
I thought it was like Houston or something like that.
there's cosmonauts and astronauts
Yeah, maybe.
living together on the moon in harmony.
It's 1980. Mm-hmm. It's time to tear down that
Yeah.
everybody get together.
Tear down that Berliner.
Yeah, tear down the donut.
So
yeah, apparently we're all just hanging out on the moon, having a great time.
we're making gay jokes. We're talking about marrying each other.
We're playing moon
Yeah.
games.
And they're just like, I think I saw a girl fly by.
Yeah.
So
BT
everyone's
Dubs,
like,
not interested. Was not joking before.
what? Anyway,
Keep going.
so the
Keep flying.
yeah, the Moonhorn dogs, they're like, there are no ladies up here. We have to investigate that. And you see, it's this, it's Zod's henchman Ursa, and her thing is she likes badges of rank and status.
Sure.
So she sees this guy, and she goes to like grab his NASA patch, and he's like, "No, get away!" And she like flies after him, does like the whole bad guy teleport, except flying after him in slow motion to
And
get in front of him.
It doesn't make this sound, but it makes this sound.
Yep.
Just imagine jumping at someone and going, cha. That's basically what happens.
So
But again, you also have the thing of like, I get we're trying to make you think this is the moon, so he's going in slow motion and everything.
So good though.
But she's also moving in slow motion for reasons.
Yeah,
And
the
it just,
moon.
she just learned to
Don't
fly.
you know science? Things go slow motion on moon.
but it's so uninteresting.
So she rips this dude's patch off, which just rips his spacesuit open.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, fuck. And then she kicks him in the dick. Just,
She is
Into orbit.
She's
He's-
a wild hunter.
yeah.
And for every life she takes, she unzips one of her extremity.
Yeah, that's what's happening, right?
She gains another patch, and like one of her zippers gets undone.
Her suit is equipped with sexy zippers.
Yeah. When
On
all,
the arms
all
and
four
legs.
get open, like it's like Alucard.
So by the end of this movie, if their plans had gone as they'd hoped, she would just be wearing patches on her, and that's it.
I
Yeah,
think
she just had badges over her nips.
Yeah.
And maybe some underwear.
full Super Saiyan level 16 Kakarot level.
You don't. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So General Zod grabs this other Russian cosmonaut by his space cord and just flings him around and then pulls on the cord really hard to yank that away from him. That guy's dead.
But instead of like Ghost Rider, where he would go into the core of the moon, being whipped like that, he presumably floats off into space. You know, it's somehow off screen.
He's
Yeah.
It leaves you to wonder if he dies from decompression or lack of air first.
I wasn't wondering.
We'll ask George Clooney when he eventually bounces off this guy's corpse.
I was too busy trying to figure out which one he was.
So then, Nan grabs the one guy in the moon
rice
lander.
and the
He's
curry.
like, I'm flying away. I'm just gonna launch this fucker. Nan grabs the base of it, which actually would not stop that because it's two halves and only the top half blasts off. Either way, Nan would have grabbed that, but.
Yeah, but also, it's like, does Nan have a power to stay on ground power?
No.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants.
Yes.
Oh, that's true.
He's a Kryptonian. He can
Guys,
do what he wants.
guys, I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot what movie we watched.
Yeah.
My
He
apologies.
increased his density and the density of everything around
Yeah.
him by 1,000.
Hey, that sounds great.
Because why not?
I love that answer.
As much as I hate like the bullshit flight like that, where like physics stop mattering to you while you're in the air, that like a lot of these heroes have. I like how they explain it in Invincible, where it is like you could kind of just make the floor wherever and push off of it, and it acts like you're standing on the ground. But anyway, so now the two guys back at Mission Control are like, fuck.
Yeah, the two guys. Fucking Cliff.
The one
Yeah.
guy, and then the guy who comes in after he's done shaving in the other room.
Well, actually, he was fighting a battle with his helmet hair. It was attempting to bore into his skull and pilot him like a head
He
crab.
was delivering mail.
He lost that battle.
He's a mailman.
So,
Yeah, Pixar alum.
He came from the bar.
you know. So now Zod uses the same bullshit from the first movie about his molecular density being greater because he's near a yellow sun, so that will make him extremely powerful. It's like, that'll just make you dense, like, whatever.
Also,
Dense
that's
is
a
power.
whole lot of words you should
Yeah.
know. I like, how do you understand any of this?
Yeah. So just say, like, yellow sun, make us stronger.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a little more eloquent than that, but, you know.
I
the
think
closer-
you should do it like that.
The closer we get to that star,
Yeah.
the more powerful we become.
Ideally, you'd have like a construction paper Indian chiefs. Yeah.
Okay.
Just go.
Just keep talking.
I was genuinely
Someone give
interested in
Rob
where
the
that was
Doritos,
going.
And you continue.
All right, so
So was Rob, but he
Yep.
didn't know.
Yeah.
all right, so the prison escape. This Lex Luthor apparently was left unsupervised to build his hologram projector,
Yeah.
Sure.
and also
In
somehow
jail.
just got out of the cell.
He
And-
built a fireman suit.
Yep. So there's a
Cave out of scraps.
hologram of him and Otis are Fucking
Playing cards.
yeah, they're playing cards. The guard's like, you got to turn the light out. They don't do anything. He goes in. Turns out it's a hologram. They escape. Their chosen escape vehicle, hot air balloon.
Yeah.
It's not a hot air balloon.
What is it?
It's got to be some kind of a helium because there's no fire,
All right, a balloon.
which makes it even worse.
A dirigible of some
Right.
kind.
Yeah.
Makes it even worse though because
Yes.
the distance that they're flying, it would have leaked some of that out there. There's no way to control its direction.
Whoa.
Also,
Whatever bullshit.
when you're escaping prison, not the fastest vehicle.
No.
No.
What-
Also, spotlights.
Yeah, whatever bullshit happens here,
guns.
though,
Yeah.
I'm just happy because Otis's role in this plan was just to be the ballast.
Yep.
Once Lex Luthor's in the balloon, he just drops the ladder on him,
Fixed.
and away they go. And I'm like, good.
Yeah.
He's out of the movie. Good.
Movie immediately got
Yeah.
better.
I mean, what if though? What if? Like everybody surrounds him, and the dogs are barking, and they all pull out their firearms and just shoot him dead. Like the music just stops; it goes completely silent except for the gunshots.
You mean what if Zack Snyder did this one too?
No, the whole movie is exactly the same except this one scene.
Be better.
The cops pull out their
Yeah.
firearms and mercilessly shoot this man.
Be more
and it's
realistic.
like super graphic.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if you saw like the cops drag him towards this one open door that has Clancy Brown sitting there with a billy club, like, whatever.
Okay. Isn't this the guy that got raped in Deliverance?
Might be.
Yeah,
I think that was
maybe.
a different movie.
I think you're correct.
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening?
Well,
The
Rick doesn't
expression
understand how
Rob just
names
gave
work.
me. That was great.
That was Brick activating his trap card. So
You're just
Go
fucking
ahead.
with us now.
Off to the monster graveyard for me.
yeah. Now, all right. We cut to Niagara Falls. I'm like, all right, that's cool. And we see Lois and Clark are suddenly married. They're checking into a honeymoon suite.
And we all separated,
Allegedly.
right?
What's that?
Allegedly.
Yeah. And the sleaziest man in the world is giving him the tour.
I don't know about the sleaziest.
Not the sleaziest man in the world, but he wants to be the sleaziest man in the world.
He's going for the title.
He's a sleazy bellhop.
It's like what was Michael McDonald's like character? Almost?
Probably.
Or his brother, like his sleazy brother.
So the concept behind this scene, from what I could gather,
Yeah.
is that they're going undercover to try and uncover some scheme.
They flat out tell you that.
Yeah.
There is
Yes.
exposition to explain
Yeah.
this.
They wait
Yeah.
until they're in the room, but then they just.
I was
flat out say it.
telling the listeners what the movie shows you in the order it shows you.
All right.
So
We've
anyway,
we got to scrap this one. We just got to start over.
Yeah.
So-
we're done. Bye, everybody. We'll try
we
again.
we get the
Hashtag do better.
yeah, we do get the wonderful shot of Christopher Reeve experiencing a vibrating bed, and just like woo. And then
Live.
yeah, we go out to the to Niagara Falls,
Is
and
this what it'll be like, Lois?
oh wait, no. First we see Luther and Miss Tessmacher are just going north in a hot air balloon. He's like, set a course north. That's not how balloons work. You go where they go,
Also, why
because that's where the alpha waves are pointing.
North.
the
Black
what?
box.
North.
The alpha waves.
Alpha waves.
What?
He talked. We already talked about these. Those that was
He's got
in.
a black box.
Well, no.
Yeah, that's what the
Yeah.
black
But
box
that's the
detects.
thing.
That's
That's
his alpha waves.
That's the extent to what they tell you. There's
Yeah.
a black box. There's alpha waves. We're going towards them.
No,
What
Hell
the
yeah.
fuck
Towards
any of that
Superman.
means? I have no
it
idea.
leads to Andrew
Yeah.
Tate.
No, because those lines of what it means were instead taken up by Otis being a dumbass. So
Well, I mean, without it, the movie would have really lost its heart.
Yeah. Yeah, don't explain to me what your villain's goals, wants, or needs are, or any of that shit.
Nope.
Instead, let's have the sleazy bellhop try and, get him to set a fire going and whatever.
A bonfire.
It's my favorite part of the film.
And then, squeezing oranges and
Well, I think-
whatever.
well, no, actually, yeah, this wouldn't be your favorite part of the film. But then the next scene, Lois and Clark are out on Niagara Falls pretending to be married. Clark's like, you want to hold hands? And,
HR.
Yeah, well, she wants him to be more aggressive. So she's just like, here's my hand. Do what you want to do. And then,
I already unbuttoned my trousers. You know what I mean?
yeah. So,
Put it in your back pocket. Come on.
I know you
Yeah.
like Superman, but how do you feel about Captain Commando?
so she's like, oh, Clark, your glasses all have water on them and you're hopeless, useless fuck. Give me those. And she starts cleaning them off and she's like, him without his glasses looks like Superman.
I'm a shitty reporter.
Oh my God.
Did I not notice this before?
And I know this was probably a charming joke back in the day, but fuck. Like,
Yeah. She's like, nah, it can't be.
yeah.
Wow.
So, anyway, now, there's this kid who's just like, I'm going to climb over the railing and just dangle. Just, act like I'm going to fall backwards and grab myself.
Neglectful parents.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Cliche movie thing.
Clark stops him the first time.
I don't think it's neglectful.
Yeah.
She was already pissed at the kid. I think she put him on that side of the
She was
road.
like, that was it. That was the one time he was told not to do it. Now he's going to learn why you don't.
Right, exactly. Like, if I don't let him do it, he'll never learn.
Yeah. So this kid just fucking falls off the waterfall. And Rob, what'd you think of this dummy falling down the waterfall?
It was so brief. But
Did it do anything for you?
I was laughing.
Okay.
I was laughing.
It was pretty good because all I could think was, the first movie you can believe a man can fly.
Yeah.
In this movie, you can't even believe a child can fall down
I thought it was
Yeah.
a fair
waterfall.
There was a fair amount of rotation on the dummy.
You first get a green screen of the child,
Yeah.
like striking a pose.
Yeah.
More than
I'm
the dummy.
falling.
I think it was the Sears glamour shot.
Yeah.
And then it transitions to the dummy.
And then it transitions to Gumby in a striped shirt.
Yeah. Well,
So, of course, Superman comes and saves the kid.
we can't all be Roger Corman films, Tony.
And then he's...
Why not?
Superman pauses from his get me a hot dog and some orange juice
Yep.
fetch quest.
What is Lois's deal with the glizzy madness? Explain this.
The
to me.
glizzy madness?
Yeah.
Glizzy. What is
It's
glizzy?
what the children's call a hot dog.
Oh.
Rob's getting hip with the kids.
I am.
I can't tell if he's making that up or not.
I
He's not.
consider myself quite hip with the kids.
And he offers them glizzies whenever he gets a chance.
I thought at work you had all of the younger employees scared to be anywhere near you. Certainly to not talk while they're around
it's
you.
not fear so much as court orders.
You're losing your touch, Robert.
No, it's also a little bit of fear of the ones that came before,
I don't know. I think the stories are starting to fade. You might have to have another event.
But anyway, Lois had sent Clark on
Yeah.
a fetch quest to go get her a hot dog and some fresh squeezed orange
And what's
juice.
up with that? What the hell?
Don't worry.
man?
It won't be in the movie anymore.
But do
Oh.
we not have fat chat rules? Is there not fat law? Have we become so jaded? Have the Baja Mango cum blast Doritos?
A lot of crimes were perpetrated against Fat Chat today.
Well,
Just
I think the
imagine.
movie was also sponsored not only by Marlboro but by the Florida Orange Growers
And
Association.
Kentucky
Possibly.
Fried Chicken.
And
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
But
And
please,
Let's
tell
not
us
forget
more about your
Coca-Cola.
ape law.
Listen, just orange juice. Who's drinking orange juice past 10 a.m.?
Who's eating a burger at 9 in the morning?
Does
Yeah,
it
Well,
Oz
yeah,
count?
Lois
It's
is.
mostly
So-
orange juice.
Well, it's not okay. It's not like a taboo thing. It's orange juice does not taste good with
With a hot
most
dog.
things.
Yeah.
I'm not drinking orange juice with a hot dog.
No, you need exactly. That's my point.
Well, you smoke enough, won't taste it anymore.
She doesn't taste anything. I just do it for the pulp, sweetheart.
Why not?
So-
she tastes it. It just all tastes kind of
Just-
ashy, so it's
just-
fucking
Well,
whatever.
she's just doing it for the vitamin C.
Yeah.
Try to use this
on
throat
her
while I
health
still
kick.
have one. You know what I mean, sonny?
Vitamin C is for cigarette.
is Clark in the wrong for stealing those hot dogs?
Yeah.
No, he put money down. I thought.
Did he?
Yeah, I thought he did.
I didn't see.
I
it.
didn't
Yeah, I
see
didn't
that
see.
money
I didn't see
down.
cash get exchanged.
Viewers
But
at home
no.
watching along. Did Clark put money down?
No, but
Viewers at
fuck
home
it.
watching along. I'm sorry.
Stop. Get help.
But yeah, so she realizes that Superman's here. Wait, where's Clark?
He's missing his
Clark's
own.
never around when Superman's around.
What the
So you know what?
It's like Michael and Latoya Jackson.
That thing that I just mentioned like 2 minutes ago, we're gonna bring that up again and have another scene of the same shit.
Speaking of, I gotta tell you, the higher I get, the more I want those taco chips.
The higher you get, are you doing more stuff?
Well, he took an adult
What?
candy before the movie.
He always does. What is
Does it-
like? Why is it just kicking in now?
take that long to
Yeah.
process?
Kind of kicking the
Edibles can
can
take a
down the
while.
road with vodka drinks as well.
Okay. Anyway, fucking. So now we cut to Lex Luthor and Miss Teschmacher. They took a snowmobile to the Fortress of Solitude.
I don't know where they got the snowmobile.
I don't know. They're like you could walk there. We find out later.
Why is Miss Tessmacher still in this movie?
I don't know.
And, yeah.
Because Lex Luthor can't just talk to himself the whole time, especially when they don't have Gene Hackman on the
Or
set.
he can't talk to the holograms that are talking to him. But anyway, he goes into Fortress of Solitude. He figures out how the crystal shit works. He puts crystals into tubes. He talks to Superman's mom. He learns about this evil trio. He gets a boner and he's like, we got to go find them. That's why there's more alpha waves on my black box that I haven't mentioned till now. Let's go.
He Googles and verifies that Superman's mom is not, in fact, Conan's mom.
And
Conan's mom is way hotter.
all right,
Not saying that this woman, not take nothing against her, but remember Conan's mom?
I don't.
Fucking hot.
I mean, I remember the image I Googled earlier,
Oh.
but I don't.
Conan's mom's got it going on.
Okay. Listen, I'm not here to
We
name
need to
it.
use that AI thing to make that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Arnold singing that.
Speaking of Arnold.
wait, no, not Arnold.
No, it would be
Even worse.
it'd be Thulsa Doom.
Oh, yeah, yes. That is
James
correct.
Earl Jones singing it. Okay.
Yeah, we can do.
That would be excellent.
That's pretty awesome. All right. Something good has come out of this watching experience. Okay, so now, there's shots there and like going there and leaving of two people on a snowmobile, one clearly not Gene Hackman, and talking that was clearly added much later in the film.
But and again, just like a whole lot of nonsense that just
Are you sure? Because his
Whatever.
arm waggled a little bit.
sure.
You got me. Gene Hackman does move his arms.
Bigfoot exists.
Bigfoot exists. All right. So Lois is like, let's kick this up a notch. I'm just gonna try to kill myself. Superman will have to save me. And Clark's like, fuck.
First of all, she's like, I know you're Superman.
Yeah.
I'm going to just fucking fall over this railing into
Yep.
the rapids, and you're going to save me because you're Superman.
But she
Superman.
does it downstream from the actual falls.
Yeah.
No,
If she had done it upstream, that could have actually gotten him to change.
true.
I mean, she is going to get pretty hurt because she's got no ass, so she's going to bounce directly off some rocks.
She's
on her
willing to
hips.
risk her life, but not that much.
Yeah. And he's like, well, she's gonna learn a lesson today. She's gonna do this shit herself. I'll laser her a branch, and that's about it.
Joke's on her. We still have an hour to fill for this movie, so
I'm gonna keep you
Also,
alive,
we
bitch.
learned slightly later. Laser vision wasn't cool enough. It's laser telekinesis vision.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, just keep adding shit in there. Whatever.
it's whatever you want, Joe.
Yeah.
Laser
You
Neeson.
you decide you need to make sure that Lois can't remember this shit for the next movie. Kiss that makes her forget
The
everything.
roofie kiss.
Why not?
So, basically,
Did
she
have Bill Cosby.
Yeah, that's why. It was
Yeah.
foreshadowing.
So she swims out of the water after she gets on a log. Clark tries to help her out. He falls in the water. She's like, "Oh, I'm an idiot. You're useless. You can't be Superman." Exactly one scene later, the next scene we see with them will prove that wrong.
Yep.
Why the fuck did we just not have him save her?
Like I said, we got an hour to fill.
Yeah.
Has to do heroic things.
So
I wonder if there was another scene in between there that got cut that at least stretched it out a little more.
So now at this,
Would you have rather it be kept in though?
Probably not.
I think there would, because surprisingly is apparently some stuff with Zod and all them that was cut.
yes,
Why we would cut that and not the repeatedly going, "You're Superman, you're not Superman. You're Superman, you're not Superman." Right.
all right. So, now the trio lands on the planet, which they believe is called Houston. And
Again, what? Why?
why?
Oh, it's because that, or
Yeah,
the
because
guy was calling
he
Houston.
was calling Houston.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Just got that.
Zod's like, "You want an awkward Jesus metaphor? Doesn't quite make sense. I can walk on water."
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
He rises out of the water 1st. I'm like, why are you bothering to walk on the water?
Why'd you land in the water?
Yeah, well, yeah, but like, he can fly.
Because they had to clearly make a reference to,
Yeah.
I'm a god now.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
So he's like, "This is a strange surface of this planet. Does that mean that like they don't know about water on Krypton?
No,
No.
there's no water.
All the water on Krypton is frozen.
Frozen. Yep.
That's right.
They don't heat that shit up when they bring some inside."
Oh, you need like laser eyes for that shit.
That's true.
I don't have that there.
Yeah, they don't have laser eyes
Now
there.
with these suns, am I right, everybody?
Not with these suns, Rob.
SUNs, suns. They have 2 suns or whatever.
Word.
SONs.
SUNs, suns. Only one sun.
Either way, Ursa burninates the shit out of a snake.
Yeah,
She picks this thing up.
kills it.
It's
Well,
like
the snake bites her for some.
Yeah.
Oh, because she picked it up. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's. But it shouldn't have done anything.
it
shouldn't have.
didn't really. She was just like, "Don't do that."
But like, how
You
did
dare
it,
put your mouth on
Yeah.
me?
so it didn't break the skin? Are we saying it didn't break the skin?
It
Yeah, I don't
shouldn't
think
have.
it did.
Okay, all right.
And
My
then she
hand wasn't bleeding.
threw it on the ground. She's like, "I don't need your hand out." And unbeknownst to her, she has laser eyes, and her anger at it manifests as
A death stare.
as a death stare.
She was really excited about being able to do that.
You're like, I feel really bad about that
I mean, I
snake,
would too.
and I don't like snakes, and I felt really bad about that snake.
Question between just this gentleman at the table:
Uh-oh.
this her or Evil Lynn from the He-Man movie?
Oh, her
Oh, from the He-Man movie?
evil Evelyn's pelvis is not
destroyed.
one bone.
What? Well,
That armor gave her severe pelvic issues.
oh, yeah.
It did.
I mean, like,
That's.
I just overall, we can omit that.
For some reason, the whole front part of her armor weighed like 40 something pounds and didn't really move right. Like, I think it was all one solid piece.
It's all cast.
So it like destroyed her pelvis.
All they had was a cast iron.
Wow.
I don't know. I'd destroy your pelvis.
Well, yeah, that's the. Are we talking about the actress
We're talking-
that's
no,
playing it? We're talking about the
that's-
character
no,
in the
that's
movie.
sexist.
We're
Yeah.
Just talking about
No, I mean, I don't know. I thought Ursa was pretty.
I mean, yeah, no, or the actress, that plays Ursa.
Let me Google what Evil Lynn looked like.
okay. Because I'm gonna try to fill time while y'all do that. But yeah, I mean, I just thought to me, they feel kind of like similar flavor, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
No, this is not the other. You can't make new rules.
It does that every 5 minutes in this movie.
Rob, I am Superman in this movie. I can make all the rules I
This
want.
isn't the new retard Scrabble, okay? This is. We have to follow the rules.
All right,
Please
game
stop
over.
saying that.
Game
I'm
over.
not going to.
Game over, man.
Yeah, no. Evil Lynn passes the line of sexy
That's
to.
kind of a bad shot, really.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
But I get, yeah. Now, yeah.
Yep.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's definitely Ursa.
Yeah, it's right.
Even though she's named Bear.
Hey.
You know,
Are you
whatever.
Ursa Major or Ursa Minor? You know what I'm saying, man?
Are you
Either
talking
way,
about the cartoon or the actual live
Yes. Yes. Just yes to whatever.
action? Cartoon, she just looks confused.
the fact that he does not know automatically tells you everything you need to know.
I mean, I said the words.
All right. So now we cut back to Lois and Clark. She's like, where's my comb? I can't find my comb. She's sitting by the
Why?
fire.
Why was that there?
And because he's like, I got it right here. And then he falls in the fire like, oops. And then she's like, oh, let me see your hand. It's not burned at all. You're Superman, you motherfucker. Why'd you let me drown? And he's like, fine, all right, I'll give up the act. We got to talk, but we can't talk here. I'm going to fly you off to the Arctic. And we're going to be gone for like a while. And all kinds of shit's going to go down.
Your
We
friends
can't
will all
talk
be
here
dead
because
when you
plot
come back.
reasons. There's literally no reason they can't talk there.
Yeah. So
Could be bugged. You don't know.
we now cut to two cops in two sheriffs in a cop car. Well, a sheriff and a deputy. And they're talking about a wide selection. They're talking about eating fish. They're talking about all kinds of other food-related things
Yeah, it's a Cracker Barrel
We-
commercial. Really.
for like a solid minute before anything happens.
Was the one cop asking the other one out on a date?
Could have been. Could have been.
'Cause that's what it sounded like. It sounded like he was like, "Do you want to go to this restaurant on our date?" And the other guy was like,
no,
"Oh,
it felt more like it was like me and Brick in a car,
Yeah.
trying to figure out where we're gonna go eat food. And
Oh, yeah.
him being the deputy with all these fucking weird food restrictions,
And communication barriers.
and yeah, you know, poor.
I can't eat that.
So, suddenly there's three black-clad brigands in the middle of the road, and they're like, oh, those are hippies. They're clearly from L.A.
Yeah.
They got to go.
Well,
And this is
smell
what the
like
sheriff's like, I don't want to get out of the car, though.
They look like sequins and
They-
smell like shit.
Yeah, they
I
probably
think he
smell
rarely gets
So
out of the
terrible.
here's the sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah,
you got
just
to
take
learn
care
how
of
to
it.
kick ass
Yeah, go
to
be
be
a
to be a peacekeeper.
Yeah.
wish. Oh my god.
Go
He's
make
like,
me proud, Tiger.
It's 2 barrels, 3 of them. You know what to do. And he goes off. The deputy goes off to accost these people, and points a shotgun at him. And the heat vision has telekinesis.
Sure.
Yeah, Zod
And,
shoots that
yeah.
gun with his heat vision.
Pulls it out of his hands, shoots himself with it. It's like primitive noisemaker. And what you would call it? Then I forget what even. Sorry to keep making fun of you here, Brick, but I forget what Zod asks, but it's like a Brick question about the spotlight or like the police lights or something. That's like it's an orb, it's a red
He
sun.
says, "I like the orb with the spinning red light. It reminds me of the red sun of our home world."
But I don't
But I
like
don't
the
like
noise.
yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. All right, it wasn't a question at all. Never mind.
What
But-
part of that reminded you of me?
Well, no, because I just in my mind I remembered it being like he asked a question that was just completely weird and didn't have to do with anything important. Like most of this movie.
Like most of you, no offense.
You just referred to all of me.
Yes.
Anyway, so
That's exactly what just happened.
Nans over here is like, well, Zod likes the light, so I'm going to break it off the thing and give it to him. Also, Nan's having a little bit of performance anxiety with his heat vision. He's trying it out, but it's not working very well. So in the next scene, Lois and Clark fly north to the Fortress of Solitude, and then it just immediately cuts back to Nan here. He's trying to barbecue some pork in a truck.
Also, quick side note.
Yeah.
I think it's the kid that he meets here. I'm not sure, but in the Donner cut, he kills a little boy with that red light.
Okay.
Wait, kills. Wait. It's been a
In
while
the
since
Donner
I've seen
cut,
the Donner
at one point, a kid tries to get away from them. He hops on a horse and starts riding away,
and he-
and Nan chucks the light, and takes the kid out.
Oh. Yeah. We should have watched that.
So, now we see Zod and Ursa, they go into like a saloon, and there's 2 guys arm wrestling, and Ursa sits down. Well, first off, the guy's like, sit on my lap, and she sits down next to him to arm wrestle. And he's like, all right, well, I'll be gentle on you. She's like, all right, I'll throw you through a fucking table. And then the other guy is like, well, that was my friend, so I guess I have to punch you. Yeah.
It's going to have to be a Donnybrook.
Yeah, like,
Nope,
okay.
not so fast, ladies. Double elimination.
That woman just, with one half of one arm, flung a man through a table, and you're like, clearly, this is a woman I want to fight.
Yeah. Makes
So
total sense.
Zod throws that man through a wall and a truck. It is pretty impressive.
You've been using shoddy wire work, ma'am, and I'll not stand for it.
I'm not standing.
And then I just put he telekinesis some rednecks.
That's about
Basically what happens.
That's enough.
It just needed John Cryer going, whoa.
We'll get that soon. Don't worry.
Yet. It hasn't reached its full evolution yet. All right, so now, meanwhile, Lois and Superman here are talking, and he's just like, yeah, this conversation sucks. I'm going to go get you some flowers and some groceries. He just flies off in the middle of talking.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just leave her alone.
stay here in the freezing cold, okay? I'm gonna go to some beautiful tropical vistas.
Well,
They
okay, wait.
established that it was warm.
Yeah.
Sure.
A few things about this. Okay. Number one, he's like, yeah, here's this green crystal that allowed me to build all this and whatever. And she's like, oh, yeah, sure, cool.
Just leave that
And
on the ground.
Yeah, just kind of drops it next to her. And she sits down, just like suddenly out of nowhere, bored with all of it, while he goes, hey, what would you like for dinner? You can have anything you want. And then takes off immediately. Like, doesn't wait for an answer. He's gone.
He already knows it because telepathy.
Baby?
You could have anything you want as long as it's the thing I get you.
Yeah, he is Superman. He will decide what you eat.
Don't,
Yeah.
don't worry, you are not a prisoner.
Yeah.
You're just in the middle of the Arctic.
You're not a prisoner. You're my
Sorry.
girlfriend.
As we've seen, you can walk.
Yeah,
out
you
of
can
here.
walk
You
home.
can walk anywhere you want, honey.
Apparently.
It's baby.
So-
I didn't kidnap
No,
her.
baby.
She could have
you
left
can,
at any
you
time.
can leave
Yeah.
anytime you want,
Yeah.
baby.
Baby, it's cold outside.
So now
Honey, baby.
the
No, baby.
Zod's trying to get on the news back in whatever this small town is, East Houston, and it's just an
Just going
awkward
to say
scene.
the N word a bunch of times.
And yeah,
Oh, boy.
suddenly as the National Guard shows up, Non over here figures out how his laser vision works, and he blows everything the fuck up. The National Guard's like, all right, let's just get him with the flamethrower. Let's just fire that in this populated area.
Find out what happens with that.
Yeah.
Hey, hide behind the rickety wooden building and just equip that flamethrower.
And at this
there.
point, out of nowhere, Zod realizes he's an firebender.
Yeah, just blows
'Cause
the
why not?
fire back onto the rickety wooden building. Non catches a bazooka rocket right out of midair and snaps it.
Hey,
That's how that works. And then there's a helicopter comes by and it's firing its rockets at Non.
I mean, while it's in the neighborhood, might
Yeah,
as well try.
In fairness, from what we saw in Starman, that is how you respond to aliens
Yes.
that will not respond to your commands. Just
Open
immediate
fire.
helicopter rockets.
Yep.
Ursa just blows it out of the sky just by blowing. Blows a windstorm at it. And it
They do
like,
a lot of blowing in this movie.
Yeah.
They do.
And this movie,
They
like,
do a lot of sucking in this movie.
yeah. This movie goes out of its way to be like a G.I. Joe episode where, like, they show you everyone's okay, even though they shouldn't be. Not here. That helicopter crashes into a house and blows it
Yeah,
the
the whole
fuck
thing
up.
explodes.
That's actually a really serviceable explosion.
Oh my God, Scarlet was in there.
Yeah. And now we cut to, like, the president and his, like, army advisors, and they're like, well, we should just give up.
We're kind of fucked.
Yeah, I guess we can't use nuclear weapons, and just infantry and helicopters and nuclear weapons are only two options. Don't try anything
I love
else.
the idea there, though, that these people who are killing people and can't be harmed with conventional weapons, we can't use nuclear weapons because that would harm people that are being killed by the things that... It's just a fascinating chain of logic there.
So,
But like, there's 3 of them, and they're killing some people.
Right.
But if they try to nuke them, that's gonna kill a lot of.
Yes, but the implication is that they are going to continue to kill a bunch of people. So it's like you could either stop them there or not.
Well, I think the problem is we don't have any evidence that that's going to stop them. 'Cause, they seem to be like Superman, and
So they're the
basically
only ones who
indestructible.
can actually discern, like, cause and effect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's
Not
also
worth the risk.
they skipped the diplomacy part. That's right out. So, now, Zod's like, is
Actually,
there?
yeah, that would be kind of funny if it was just like, we're Superman's backup team. Like, what's going on? Why are you guys attacking us?
So, what you call it? Zod's like, could anyone challenge me? And it cuts to Superman and Lois, and they, talk about being Clark Kent, and that must be so hard for you. And he's just like, not really. That's all we're going to explore of that idea.
Why
And
would
she's
it be
like,
hard?
all right, I'm going to go change into something more comfortable. And,
That's all we're going to explore that idea.
well,
Yeah, and the audience is like, yeah, that's okay.
yeah.
Let's all,
So,
let's just not.
It's 80s
Yeah.
language to I'm DTF.
so,
DTF.
Down to smoke.
Oh.
So Superman's, his little red underoos shrink a couple sizes in anticipation. Meanwhile, Zod learns that, from the general that, in the National Guard, that he answers to the president. And he's like, I got to go meet this president guy. And I like how he throws his stars away. And Ursa's like, I'm taking those. Add that to my collection. So
She's
now,
like a harpy.
yeah, while Lois is changing into whatever the fuck this is that she's wearing. I don't know what this outfit is. I mean, it's bedroom attire,
nightgown.
but it's not like bedroom attire that says, I want to have sex with you.
A differently colored dress.
No,
I love that she
it's a
passed that
sheer
before
curtain.
they flew off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but
No,
it's
that's
a sheer curtain
yeah.
that she just wrapped around
that's
herself. is
that's
one-
bedroom attire that says, not tonight, honey.
Yeah. It's like, you'll be too tired by the time you get through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to unwrap me.
Yeah.
You'll
Make
have
you work
finished
for
by
it.
then.
Yeah, it's like a sheer curtain, but it has looks kind of like tablecloth patches under it or something. It's just, it's weird.
It's nicotine patch.
Yeah. I know. It's
She's trying
it's
to
1980. It was a different time, I
Yeah,
guess.
trying to slow it down. For
And then, for seemingly no reason, Clark is like, before we fuck, I gotta get mom's permission.
Yeah, and mom's like, well, you have to be immortal to love another mortal.
For plot reasons.
Plot, yeah.
At which point I'd
We
go, click off. See that? See you
Yeah, just
later.
said, like her, even just something as simple as like her frail body will not survive the process,
Right.
or something like that.
Yeah.
jizz through the back of her.
Yeah, doesn't have to go to that
I guess
detail or
we'll
whatever.
see.
Yeah,
Wait, it is. Well,
But like, just as put, it's just like, well, you're dead, so I do what I want.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go literally blow her
Yeah.
back.
but
out.
yeah, no. Just if you want to live with one of them and love one of them, you can't be one of us.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Give up your powers.
So here comes more bullshit because they're like, here's this crystal chamber, and it just pops up like, surprise. This contains the red sun bullshit that will take away your powers forever. Even though when you walk outside of it, back into the yellow sun, they should just come right back.
Needs citation. I guess.
Yeah.
This is like Cabin in the Woods, where it's just like, okay, run this scenario. Okay, he's asked this question. Pop up the
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
changes him on the molecular level, so he's no
It's a
longer
molecular chamber, I
no
guess.
longer a Kryptonian.
Also, what? Like, how did you know to add this into the function
Yeah.
of this whole thing? Like,
well, he was a growing boy, as you saw in the first movie.
They're all little
So,
smarties.
it was going to come up.
They're all little.
I guess.
What she did not warn him was that when you get in this crystal chamber, it will put you in that like Wonka tunnel with the trippy ass effects.
Yeah, and it smells real bad.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Just,
It smells real bad.
Yeah, I'm sure he's assuming that the capsule smelled bad. Because why not? It also does, for some reason, turn your costume back into just human clothes.
Yep.
Too.
Yeah.
And it turns you inside out in a very bad animation.
It leaves like a hollow outline of Superman in there. Sure.
Turns you into a Lowe's commercial.
I'm sure that was supposed to be like cool,
Also,
but
fucking Lois, just like you're watching this whole thing, just be like, "Yo, don't do that."
mainly because I don't know how we're getting home afterwards.
Also,
Yeah, exactly.
I
How
don't
the
like-
hell are we
yeah,
getting
yeah.
home?
Also, I don't like Clark. I wanted Superman.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's the reason I friend zoned the other one.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny because they do almost just outright say that at one
Yeah.
point, like because
Yep.
I'm getting ahead of it, but she is
None
like,
of this makes any sense.
I just want the man I fell in love with. He's like, yeah, I wish he was here too. Like,
not
yeah, you
this- not
jackass.
this limp
Both of
dick
them
bitch.
wanted
Yeah.
Superman.
Also, other thing Mom didn't tell him: the fucking crystal console just blows up.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. The whole base is now garbage.
Yeah. All right. And he's like, "Well, I did all that. We might as well fuck." And they go off to bed for like
I know
a
it'd be
while.
really funny if after all of that happened, but before they fuck, the heat turns off.
Yep.
Just like, and now you're in the North Pole and it's fucking freezing.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
presumably that
Yeah.
may be what happened.
That polar bear from the first movie comes back to exact its revenge for the habitat destruction.
It's like, oh, well, it's since the last Kryptonian on Earth is gone, so it's in shutdown mode now. It's, don't want to waste the energy, right?
Yeah, now it's
Self-destruct
just an empty
mode
cave.
activates.
And you're like, I hate both of these people. You know, he didn't even consult with her at all before making that decision.
Nope.
Just like,
Yeah.
this thing that like, you know, is a terrible, terrible idea. I'm just gonna do it.
Also, it'd be nice if at some point, like, because there's a whole weird thing with where his mom comes out of the crystal and stuff. And like,
Yeah.
it would be nice if she was like, "Oh, by the way, your arch enemy got in here earlier." Like he was dicking around.
Yeah.
Just thought you might want to know.
Okay. So yeah, as they go off to the bedroom and it's romantic, I'm like, how are they getting home? And then
This is a one-way trip
yeah, on the way to
to Gumdrop.
No,
Happening.
it turns out there's an old Studebaker out back.
Yeah.
They just hop in and ride away.
so
15 feet from a Stuckey's.
Sure.
on the way from from East Houston to Washington D.C., they went to Mount Rushmore, which makes no fucking sense now that I think about it.
Why would we start making sense now?
I guess they didn't have a GPS. I don't know.
Really quickly, I would love it now if this whole thing, to make it make a lot more sense, he is just, the Fortress of Solitude is just in Canada. He's just been lying about it being the North Pole or whatever.
It's huge. I mean, there's a Walmart in there. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, like people like Lois Lane is just like, you know, I'm a dumb American. I don't get this is so far away. Like, you sure it is?
It's Ottawa.
It's just like over the border.
He walked to Poughkeepsie and just threw that shit in someone's yard.
don't pick up
Ooh,
anything.
it's
you'll
the
have
North
to
Pole.
declare.
All right, so now, so they fly by Mount Rushmore, and with a single blast of the laser, they put their faces on the, you know, three of the presidents. Fuck Lincoln, he's
Yeah,
just
screw
gone.
that guy. What did he ever do?
Yeah. All
They
right,
should
and
have
then
done Zod twice.
yeah, they burst into the White House. I like that Ursa just grabs a man and just throws him through like the ceiling window.
Bye-bye.
He's just gone. Like he's in orbit now.
Yeah, I imagine he's going to meet the other astronauts she tossed around.
So one idiot like falls over while firing a bazooka straight up in the air, which knocks the chandelier onto him. And I forgot who, but someone's like, "Oh God!" And Zod's like, "Zod."
I believe that was
That's
the
pretty
president.
cool.
I've reached peak hubris. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they go into the Oval Office, and there's like the fake president is like, "All right, I'll kneel." Whatever, and Zod's like, "You would not give up so easily."
The Nightcrawler attack. This is not.
Yeah. So, I mean, the president, he's just like, "All right, well, you're gonna kill a bunch of people, so I guess I'm gonna kneel. I'll call the other world leaders, and we'll surrender all of our power to Zod immediately."
Yeah. And they'll
it's
let
like-
me do that on their behalf.
The real president wouldn't kneel that easily. Yeah, yes, I would. Let's go.
But this is also like the equivalent diplomatically of just like saying something with your fingers crossed behind your back, because this is like not legally binding at all in any way.
It doesn't seem to accomplish anything either. He's like, I want to rule, but like the minute he's ruling, he's like, this is boring.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here anymore.
You never do find out what his terms are.
Well,
Terms
so-
are he rules.
Yeah,
like,
so that's
he's-
all he wanted. He just
Yeah, he just wanted to be the ruler.
He's
and he didn't
basically
think beyond that.
Yeah,
He's
and,
the god emperor of Earth.
This has never worked before.
Yeah. So I mean,
I-
it's kind of not any different than the way it was before.
Yeah, arguably,
This is
this
just-
movie could have resolved by going, you're God Emperor of Earth now. You want to go, be Emperor of somewhere else? We'll keep this place,
Yeah.
keep things going while you're going. Okay, see you later.
Cool.
Yeah.
Roll credits.
Yep.
So, and now we
Except
get.
Lex. Yeah. We get Mr. Luthor.
I don't know if this is the movie's lowest point, but this scene just sucks. So, like, Lois and Clark go to a diner, and like, this, like, Clark's like, "Oh, I gotta pee now," and he goes off to do that, and this trucker guy named like Ronnie or Rocky or something shows up, sits
Ronnie the Bear.
sits right next to Lois. She's like, "That seat's taken." He's like, "By me," and Clark walks out and he's like, "Excuse me, sir. Would you like to step outside?"
Well, first
was
he's like, I believe you're in my seat. And then the guy's like, fuck off, Four Eyes.
Yeah.
And he tries again politely. And then he's like, let's take this outside so I can get my ass
Like,
kicked.
gentleman.
This guy just kicks Clark's ass. Just, it's
That's not fair.
sad to watch.
That's not fair, though. He punches him.
He did sucker punch
He
him.
sucker
he
punches him, but
from behind through a window.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he is like fully fucked, or through the door or something.
Something.
He's fully fucked
Yeah.
up already. Like that's
You're
not
just
fair.
like,
Learn about
dude,
pain real fast.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, blood.
Aren't you glad you made that rash decision about giving up your powers without consulting anybody or thinking about this at all?
No.
I also,
Yeah.
I also would have loved it here if he did just start crying with like, "This is a terrible idea. You were so not worth it."
I mean, come on, he's in his 30s.
Yeah.
He's presumably still a virgin.
Mm-hmm.
He's thinking with his dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not with his
Yeah.
brain.
He's
Yep.
got-
Yes,
That's
but this is now post-cum clarity, and he's now realizing
Yeah, he's
that
regret.
pain and suffering of being a human was not worth this shit.
No, he just
Especially when she tastes like cigarettes all the time.
Fuck
Fuck this.
Yeah, immediately after completing, maybe after a nap, he should have walked back to the console and been like,
Is there any way
"Yeah,
I
how do
can-
we turn
made
this
a
back?"
terrible mistake.
Yeah. So, what you call it? Now he's just lying there in a pool of his own blood,
It smells
Just-
like a litter box.
and you're like, "God damn it, movie!" And then we see on the TV that the president has abdicated all of the world's power to Zod. And then the president's just like, "Help us, Superman!" And Zod's like, "Superman, come here! I want to fuck you up." And
Come at me, bro.
yeah, come at me.
This sounds exciting.
Yeah.
It's much more exciting than paperwork.
So now Superman's like, "I have to go back. Don't give me the car. I'm just gonna leave you. What the fuck? I can walk back to the Fortress of Solitude
Sure.
as just a beaten, broken man."
I guess.
He hitchhikes.
He tries to.
He tries to, yeah.
Yeah.
Who the
Did
fuck
he learn
knows?
about the rules of the road too? Like
Who
it's,
the fuck
it's a
knows?
bad
Yes, he did.
time
Guys,
for.
how
Yeah.
far could it be from Metropolis to the North Pole?
Could you
Who the
imagine
fuck
while
knows?
he was hitchhiking, he actually gets like killed?
Yeah.
They just roll credits.
It's just a bull moose is just
Yeah.
Oh, it's like he just hops in with like the Zodiac Killer or some shit.
All right. So
Or just gets hit by a car like he did at the
or all of
beginning
the
of the
above.
movie.
Zodiac Killer stabs the shit out of him, pushes him out of the car.
and that's it. He goes back to the Fortress of Solitude, yells for his dad, notices the glowing green crystal that Lois just carelessly left on the ground.
So, are we to believe because Lois just carelessly dealt with this thing, and because of that, it was not in the console at the
It
time.
didn't
So that's the
self-destruct.
only thing that didn't get destroyed.
Yep.
So her carelessness saved the day.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Also,
are we
that
to-
explains why the crystal's still together. It explains nothing else.
Right.
Are we to believe also that this 15-minute diversion of just I'm going to give up all my powers to be with you, psych, was worth putting in the fucking movie?
No.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Fuck,
was
like-
unfortunately like the centerpiece of the plot device.
Yeah, and I remember, like I think you said earlier, like I thought that was like most of the movie was he loses his powers fairly early on, and
Yeah.
like
That's what I thought.
yeah,
too.
has to struggle with being immortal, and but I thought there would be like reasons that were worth it for him.
Other
Is
than
it
No,
the
it
third?
was always just because.
So
of
when does he
Lois.
fight
Yeah.
himself in the junkyard?
That's
Is that 3?
That might be 3.
yeah.
That's probably 3.
I know I've seen that scene.
Because
Yeah.
4 is the one with Solar Man or whatever.
Yeah.
Nuclear
Yeah.
Man,
Nuclear
solar
Man.
powered nuclear man.
we did that
feel
one.
Like,
Yep.
I feel like 3 might be better than this one.
3.
Don't get
I
ahead of
don't
yourself.
remember. I don't remember.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You're
So-
forgetting Richard Pryor skiing down a
Yeah, 3
thing,
had
and
Richard Pryor.
also don't forget robots, weird robot people. Anyway,
All right, so now
but wait. Oh fuck! Because now you threw me off. God damn it. Oh yeah, but like one of the big problems. Maybe I should have saved this for later, but whatever. One of the big problems is what you realize now at this point is Superman is doing a thing with Lois. While the movie's happening somewhere completely different, has nothing to do with him. It's just a whole separate thing. Like they have nothing to do with one
Yeah.
another. Why?
Because it's showing that because he's choosing to pay attention to something that he wants for once.
But no, it's not just him choosing that because he has no idea this shit is happening. It'd be one thing if it's like,
Right, he's-
crime is kind of down. I'm going to stop being Superman. Oh, Zod's back. Well, I don't have powers now. And like, well, how do I deal with it? What do I do? Like, that would be a movie. This is just like, he's out on vacation in Hawaii with Lois Lane
Well,
while
yeah,
Zod's attacking
That's-
Earth and he
I
has
think
no
that-
fucking clue.
That was part of the narrative. It's just like, this is what happens when Superman goes on vacation. This is why Superman can't be a human
I think
and go
what-
on vacation.
I think what Tone is trying to say is that if he were to rewrite this movie, the focus and the amount of time spent would have been different. The same things would have happened.
Yeah.
But it would have been like, okay, he already gave up his powers, then discovered Zod's back. That is the movie.
Yeah,
Is the
these-
journey of like, how do I get my powers back?
My point, these are essentially two different, totally different movies that are happening at the same time rather than one movie where they're both happening at the same time.
he wouldn't just get his powers back off screen.
That too,
Yeah.
by means. I can only assume. I don't know what you guys. Well, I know there was talk of shoving the crystal up his ass or whatever, but
No.
Well, whenever you have a dildo-shaped green crystal,
Yeah.
Not
that's.
up his ass.
But it's going in an
It
orifice.
was in a penis hole.
yeah.
My-
Rob,
right. I'm sorry.
Rob insisted he was going to self-catheterize.
Right,
I
'cause
don't
it-
know. I don't think the ass would have been a challenge for him.
Because it came out the ass when he lost the power. So he has
Well,
to put it in
that's
the
his-
dick to gain him. Okay.
At this point, the ass is passe. He needs to atone. It's
Yes.
gotta.
Yeah, he has to suffer.
Well, the other amusing thing in my headcanon is because, of course, we had to see this scene again from the first movie.
Yeah.
He has the green crystal. He just throws that, and it makes the Fortress of Solitude. So now he blew up the Fortress of Solitude, but the green crystal's there. So I imagine he just goes outside, throws it, and makes another one.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's-
kind of what I guessed.
Yeah, but it's like in one of those games where it'll just clip it through the original. The
Oh, I was
original's
thinking it was more like
still there.
you go to the Fortress of Solitude, but like if you walk around, there's a burnt out version of it just behind.
No, it just puts it right like it's not fully quite centered.
New Fort Solitude.
Either way, we cut back to Zod and the trio. They're sitting in the Oval Office board. Lex Luthor walks in, and they're immediately all up on him like they want to kill him. And he's like, check it out. I know all about Superman. Check it out, check it out, check it out. I know, you want to fight this guy. He's the son of Kal-El. You hate that dude.
Jor-El.
Or Jor-El. And he's like, oh, I do hate that dude. I do want revenge. Okay, cool. What do we got to do? He's like, well, you got to give me Australia. You guys have the rest of the planet.
I want the snakes and bugs and
Crocodiles.
crocodiles.
Yeah, I like beachfront property, so give me the most
Yeah,
like
give me all the shit
infested.
that actively wants me dead.
Yeah. But also, how?
Can you just
how?
release AIDS
How?
onto the...
How?
So my thing,
Where's the movie that explains how the fuck any of this is happening?
my thing though I don't get is like Luther. You could just do things in this movie. Like time doesn't matter. Why didn't Luther go back and get the fucking kryptonite
Yeah.
and just be like,
Oh, come on now.
yeah, I'm gonna show these motherfuckers how this works if they get all goofy.
That
you
would
know?
be a thing. That would
Yeah,
be a
They
thing.
go squirrely on me.
That would be how a modern Lex Luthor would
Also,
have it.
why does Lex Luthor know where he works?
No, he knows about Lois Lane, and he knows where Lois Lane.
Well, no,
works.
he says, I'm taking you to where he works. And then because he's not there, they fuck around with Lois. But he seems to know Clark Kent is Superman somehow.
I mean, he
Get
could.
that. I don't know.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, even if
You
that's
might have
true,
caught something
like
I didn't, but I
he
didn't.
could have easily just figured it out because
Because he's so smart.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I guess. But again, that would be something that would be interesting to
Yeah,
watch
to notice,
rather
yeah.
than just, spend 20 minutes watching a kid,
No,
a dummy fall down Niagara Falls.
saying all these words.
Yeah. All right.
You don't mean these
So-
words.
Back in the Daily Planet, the trio show up. They smash through the ceiling. They just wreck everything. And Lex Luthor's like, "Did you just use the door?" And they enter the office where Jimmy Olsen and the chief are, and I think he just puts the chief through the drop ceiling.
Yep.
And then Lois punches Ursa in the face and like breaks her hand.
He just dabs his head into the
Mm-hmm.
ceiling.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like,
it was after what's his name? Perry
White.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing in my
Oh,
office?"
that's right.
He takes like a big ass
It's like a
brass
daily, I think it's a
globe.
Daily
Yeah.
Planet.
Yeah,
The
it is a
Daily
Daily
Planet,
Planet
yeah.
globe.
Just
Yeah.
fucking bounces it off of Nod's head, and then Nod
nothing in
smashes,
there.
smashes his desk in half and puts him through the ceiling.
Like a kickball, just bonk off his head.
Punches his very cardboard desk in half.
And Superman, no plan. He's just like, "Hey guys," and they're like, "Let's kneel before Zod. Hey, get back here!" And they go after him.
Yeah, to be fair, that's pretty much Zod's only plan at this point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Neil.
Zod's all about the fight.
and
Yeah.
Lex Luthor's like, "Take him. He's yours." And, oh no, I'm sorry. That was Zod, and he does like this weird like hand wave thing. That's like I picture him holding like a hanky and going like yoo-hoo. But this fight just sucks. Like I remembered this fight being cool.
Yeah.
It's not. No. It goes on for a while and
It was probably
It's
cooler
just-
back then,
Yeah,
but
looks like it's underwater. It's going so slow.
yeah.
They're
And it's just nonsense. Like at one
Yeah.
point, Non gets knocked up to like a Sears Tower or whatever that was.
yep, the
and
Empire State
It
Building.
was the Empire State Building, and it knocks the antenna off that. But Superman brings it back up there and just kind of puts it on top of him, and they're like, "They've caged Non." He's not caged.
And then a scene later,
It's
he's
not
back
like
out
it's
and
not
they
even
just throw that
attached to
shit.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't even
he can
show
lift it
him
just as
escaping
easily.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It crumbles when he puts it down too.
A
It's
little,
not like
but-
it would even
Yeah.
stay on its own.
Yeah.
Like
But
there,
it's not like he,
there are
shoved
mortal
it down
men
on
who
top
could
of
have
him or-
escaped from that
Yes!
situation. All right, so now like the other part, I like that Zod was like, "I'm just gonna start blowing shit up," because I know he actually cares for these people. So he's just firing his lasers at things. And he starts like trying to blow up a truck, which for some reason takes forever to blow up. And so Superman's like, "Mirrors reflect my eye rays, I guess."
Yeah.
And
that's how he shapes, right?
shoots it back at Zod, who like it burns an outline of him in the cigarette advertisement behind him, and it just says "Cool it"
Yep.
in his shadow. And you're like, good job, movie.
I didn't notice the cool it, but I did like the idea that it was like charred behind him.
Thank you,
Then-
cigarettes.
Zod's like, "Oh, that was pretty clever. I'm going to reward you by throwing you into a fucking Marlboro truck." And they tussle a bit. And finally, like, one of them, I think Non and Ursa throw a bus at him, and that squishes him into the Marlboro truck. And they're like, "Superman's dead." from that.
I've done the least amount to follow through on this,
Well, it's like-
but I'm calling it now.
Yeah, it
He's
looks like
dead.
Michael Scott declaring bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That man flies into space for fun. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, someone pushing a bus into him is not going to be a fatal attack.
Well, it's because he did like squeeze a little too hard on impact, and the green crystal fell out of his butt.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's like, shit, I got to wiggle that back in.
Yeah, he had to reload his batteries.
So now I like this one. So the logic of this crowd progresses from Superman is dead to let's get him. And one guy's like, I know some judo. They were just blowing things up with their vision and flying around.
1, 2, 3, get him.
Yeah.
I had forgotten about this, and this is actually dumber than the Spider-Man one.
They just blow everyone away. Just blow them.
Quite
Literally.
You
literally.
mess with
yes.
one of us, you
They're-
mess with all. Oh, you're gonna mess with all. They were dead.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no,
There's
Okay.
this
Because
really
they're using their Baja Blast breath.
Well, yeah. Again, we gotta switch to cartoon mode when we would have slaughtered these people. So
And it
Instead,
does
we
go to
just-
cartoon mode because
Oh,
like
yeah.
all of the scenes demonstrating how powerful the wind are, it's just totally stupid.
What the fuck was with the guy standing in the payphone?
I was
Like,
just about to mention
yeah.
that
That was
yuck
an
yuck.
important call, man.
Like
'Cause,
he
Joe, that was hilarious.
lost, like his sanity collapsed. He was just like,
I realized he was
Still
paying
talking on the phone.
$4.99 a minute to jerk
yeah,
off
is
with
that
the phone.
is that how the Joker was created?
He's
Like
talking
what?
on the phone, but he's like
Yes.
laying on the ground, being
Yep.
dragged across the sidewalk.
You would not believe what's happening now. Like something like that would have been better, and that's still terrible. Anyway, so they blow everyone away. Superman gets up and just flies away.
Yeah, he's
And they're like, Zod's like, oh, we should have planned for that. I don't know where to go. Let's kill Lex Luthor. Luthor's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Well,
I
don't
know.
forget, the people are just like, Superman, he gave up on us.
Yeah.
Phony. We don't like him anymore.
Yeah, fuck him.
I guess we like Zod now because
Yeah.
there's no really other option.
So, yeah, so now Luthor's like, all right, check it out. I know where he lives. And so they're like, all right, we'll take Lois, we'll take Lex, we'll go to the Fortress of Solitude.
we didn't really think about who was going to take who.
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Who's they?
Somebody.
No, I mean, I think Luthor played his cards right. He somehow got carried by Ursa.
Oh, he played his cards right.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
no one else
the
did.
Kryptonians should have really
But
been
then-
like,
The-
maybe
the-
you should take Lois.
Well, the big dumb guy has to carry the prisoner, and Zod's not going to carry anybody because he's the general. So,
Well, why does the big dumb guy have to carry the prisoner?
because that's how it goes.
That's a stereotype.
Guys,
He's the guy. He picks things up and he puts them down. That's
Anyway.
what he does.
we-
Lex Luthor gets the Copperfield all the way
Yep.
to the
Oh, yeah.
Fortress of
He's-
Solitude.
yeah,
he's just humping on her back the whole way.
Holding on to the handle bumps.
Yeah, and we get to the Fortress of Solitude, and a fight happens where
All right, yellow card right
Question
there.
mark.
Fight? You want to? I'll give you a chance to rephrase.
okay,
A
well, so
confrontation?
clearly the air quotes I attempted to add to fight, I should have been more clear. This was not a fight. This was
A dispute.
yeah. Things happen.
A wire work issue.
Yeah.
What happens?
So this conflict begins with Superman walking in with it's rude not to knock. Just fucking throws a giant cellophane kite-shaped Superman symbol at Non. It knocks him down, and then Non's like, did that do anything?
Yeah.
Did I- what-
Wait, what the
What?
fuck just happened?
Yeah,
He peeled
super-
it off of his chest.
Yeah.
But it was
And then-
still there.
Yeah, no, but the super symbol was still there.
But it also it lands on Non. He falls back and it just dissipates.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
biodegradable.
Just done.
What was it supposed to do? What was
What was it?
Yeah, what was it? What the
You
hell?
never see that again.
You know what it was? Somebody was writing and didn't think twice
What do
about
you
it.
think-
Why did we
What do
waste
you
time
think
on
it
putting
said?
this in the film?
What do you think the script said, or the
Yeah.
let's say the
that there was then supposed to be some sort of a practical effect wrapped around
Yeah, but like,
Non that
like
they-
the line,
that-
like
that they
it
forgot to
says,
make.
You know, X action happens.
I
here.
think
I'm-
it's
Says.
non-attacks Superman, but Superman knocks him back using
That's
I'm
abilities.
pretty sure there was a typo or something
Yeah.
that the director he read it. He's like, I guess we're gonna do it,
And
but he's,
also, I remind you, you're like, why did we put that in the film? But we also spend just as much time with two sheriffs talking about where they're going to eat and
Yeah.
what they can eat.
Yep.
So
Superman
fucking
on-
anything
No,
goes.
they can't eat.
I break out if I eat beans.
yeah.
Superman
Anything
breaks
goes.
The freshness seal on his chest.
Because the rest of the scene is also a whole lot of, what power is that?
We get the triple beam battle.
Yeah.
Superman wins that somehow. He
Well,
doesn't.
he used his hand.
Yeah.
So-
he told him to talk to the hand.
Which also, to remind you now, so Superman generally has the laser eyes. Mm-hmm. We see Zod use the laser eyes, which then become telekinetic as well.
Yeah.
And those are white.
And those are white. He later does the telekinetic from his fingertips, which is white.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now they're all doing the white beam from their fingers, which is just the heat vision, I
Yeah.
think.
But it's white.
Who knows?
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, when you get to a certain age, things start to work differently.
It's
Sometimes-
literally, at this point, it is just like,
Sometimes they're shooting white out of your fingers.
they just, they had their children play on a playground and wrote down what they
Yeah.
were doing.
That
I
would
mean-
be a really interesting movie.
No one.
Shooting
And then-
If they get closer to the yellow sun, they get all these superpowers, but they age way faster.
Okay, so you just want a bunch of 80-year-olds play fighting in
Well, I
space?
mean, but that's the interesting thing is
Go
that they're
watch
still
Star Wars.
invulnerable, but they're 80 and they're going to die eventually. They're not immortal.
Yeah.
So it's like-
So what's your plan? Like,
They could do whatever they want for a very small
Very
amount of
small
time.
amount.
so
of time, yeah.
who are you casting? Who do you got for your leads?
Gentlemen,
No,
please,
just
please,
don't.
Rob.
Just lay back and
Please don't.
close your eyes.
If
wanna
we're
go-
still
I
at the
wanna-
beginning of this
I
episode,
wanna go
disagree,
home.
but yeah,
Okay.
we're done.
Who's
Fine. Who's
Superman?
Superman?
Who's your Superman?
William Defoe.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Moving on.
When he's 80.
Wait, who's
Hold on.
Zod?
Does he start as William Dafoe?
No.
Okay.
Who's Zod?
Who's Zod?
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. I think that he would do a good
Okay.
younger Zod.
So you're waiting
younger
till
Zod.
both of these
Okay.
gentlemen are 80 or what?
Well, William Dafoe, you're close enough.
Yeah, I'm very curious now. So, Robert Downey Jr. is younger Zod.
Yes.
Who's older Zod? And who's younger William Dafoe?
How great would
I
it
don't
be
know.
if he started as what's his name? The Spider-Man kid. The
Tom
Oh,
Holland.
yeah.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Yeah.
Turns into Robert Downey.
He walks out and looks at the sun. He's just like, "Oh no!" and becomes Dafoe.
Dafoe, yeah.
Anyway,
That aged you like a son of a bitch.
I'm a god, but at what cost? Okay, let's move this
we're
along.
almost
See
done.
Hollywood,
All right,
see?
it's fucking now. General Zod, the General.
Yes.
Check out this bullshit. Superman makes four. Well, he makes 3 hollow Supermans, and there's 4 Supermans now.
Well,
Like-
first General Zod and the 3 of them do their like vanishy blinking
Yeah,
teleport.
they
thing.
do their
Which we
DBZ
had not
teleports.
seen at all.
It is the DBZ
until
teleport.
now.
It is exactly
All right.
that.
Then, yeah, Superman makes some hologram copies of himself. Non touches his, nothing happens. Ursa throws a shitty roundhouse kick and falls over because hers isn't real. The other one was talking to Lois. She goes to give him a hug or something. That's not real. So Zod's like, well, mine can't be real. What the fuck?
Well, it hasn't
Yeah.
attacked me this whole time.
Well, and then Superman's like, wrong again. Zod is like, no, he was the only one who picked right.
And this is
Tried
also
to
the
punch
first
him.
time he's really been wrong. We haven't really.
He didn't
Yeah.
really. He hardly guessed, let alone guessed more than
Yeah.
once, and was wrong.
You're the one
So-
who's out, Gobby.
All right, so now Superman flies over to Lex Luthor. He's like, check it out. There's this molecular chamber. Let's just lure them in there, right? And then we can take their powers away.
It's gonna make your dick huge, man.
Yeah, it'll make your dick huge. It'll
3
make
inches at
Okay.
least.
their dicks so small.
Get him in there. It's going to take away all
yeah.
their powers. By
Lex
the way,
is
they
like,
can totally
"Well,
hear everything we're saying right
What
now.
about Ursa?
She'll have a bigger dick too, I guess. If you want.
Hers will be huge.
Yeah, it'll be just engorged.
Yeah,
I don't
she won't be
like
able to
her meat
move. It'll be
anyway.
so big.
Like a
Anyway.
like a rhinoceros.
So Lex, the fucking panda cub, just turns around and spills the beans right there. Just like, don't go in there. That's a molecular chamber. It'll take your powers away.
They're just like, everything's made of crystal. I didn't even know that was a chamber until you mentioned it.
Yeah, I mean, well,
he got a crush on.
you know, Nan's just thinking like, I was going to poop in there. And then,
Well, that's the other, don't go in there. It's a trap. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck that is. Why would I go in there? What are you talking about?
so, now they're like, all right, Superman, we'll just fucking rip Lois in half unless you you go in there and we'll take your powers away. And Superman's like, darn, I guess I have to do it. I'll go in there. And now we saw last time there were trippy effects. There was a lot of red going on in there. There's no red this time. There's no trippy effects. Everything's normal in there, but there's reds going on in the, outside the room. And it's all sad. He walks out and Lois is like, oh no. And now, fucking Zod's, his boner is so hard. He's just like, kneel. And he's like, take my hand. It puts it out there. And then fucking Superman. This is
Swear
like,
fealty to Zod.
yeah, legit, like the only cool part in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, Superman grabs his hand and is just like,
Christopher Reeve's hand is just massive.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this guy's got like dainty little man hands.
and
Like Trump hands.
yeah. And Terrence Stamp's face is great. He's just like, ooh!
I've never known pain.
Picks this dude up by his shattered hand and just hawks him against the wall and into who knows what, just a bottomless pit or whatever.
Yep.
And then fucking non-bred over here is like, well, I'll fly over and get you. I can't fly, and just falls over. So then,
Yeah, nobody touched him.
He just
he kicked his own ass.
he jumped
tried
right
to-
into the chasm.
He tried to fly, failed a one, rolled a one on his remember you can't fly anymore.
He fudged off.
Yeah. And then, Lois turns around and punches out Ursa, and she falls into the, into the pit as well. I remembered that this movie, I could have sworn they were back in the Phantom Zone at the end, but I guess they just die.
Yeah. Or
Something.
something.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That could be.
So, all right. So now Lex is like, oh, I was with you the whole time, man. I was just, we got him in there, right? Hey,
I got a
Lex.
deal,
yeah. How about you just let me have?
I knew you were conning him the whole time.
Superman fucking just leaves him there. He's like, just fuck it. I can walk back, I guess.
Which also that I knew you were conning them the whole time. Like, how do you even know you were gonna con them? Like, when did you switch all this stuff? Like, none of that makes sense. Also, Lex, Lois, I'm sorry, you guys have cancer now from whatever the fuck that thing did to you.
Don't worry. Now, granted, all right, marooning Lex there's some justice to that, but you just left him in your house with all the crystals and stuff. Who knows what the fuck he's going to do?
Well, we know.
So now,
not something you want.
yeah. He drops Lois off, and then she's all sad. The next day at work, she's crying about how she can't be with him and whatnot. He's got to have his powers, and it's just like he could just be like, "Yeah, that's it. Like, I'll still see you. I'll still be Superman. We'll still be in love.
Right.
all those things."
Will Lois and Clark this shit?
Right, you're hooking up with Lois and Clark. Yeah, like what? I don't understand. We don't see a scene where he's like, "We can't be together because I'm Superman now."
This man's solution to the problem.
Oh yeah. Well, they
just like-
foreshadowed it, Joe.
Yeah, fuck whatever Lois thinks or wants.
Right.
We'll just wipe her memories clean.
Right.
Just reformat the hard drive. We're good to go.
Well, she made my martini too dirty, and she deserves to not remember her childhood.
And you're just like, fuck you, Superman.
So yes, so Superman as Clark, he takes his glasses off. He gives her a fucking French kiss and a half, and when he lets go, she's all wobbly.
Gives her the vapors.
Yeah.
And,
Wobbly like Jello.
I did say watching this,
Jello pudding.
I kind of like to think that he just did the Christopher Walken thing from Geely, where he just like his tongue just went in, like swirled around in her brain, trying to get the ice cream.
slap a hole in your skull trying to.
You won't remember any of this shit.
Just like the Eldar weapon that's just like the one molecule thick wire that like whips around in your insides.
But yeah.
That's the solution to this problem. Like, it's awful. Like, fuck
Joe,
you.
Superman is the pinnacle of a good guy.
Yeah. You could have flown around the world and rewound.
Yes.
Could have.
Yes, he could have. He did do that just a week ago.
You know? Fuck.
You could also just be like,
Find somebody better.
hey,
Yeah.
are you cool with dating Clark and
Yeah.
let
like,
Superman do his thing?
you know,
and
pretend you love Clark.
Well, that's the big problem I have. He never asks Lois a goddamn thing.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just
He makes
this
decisions.
is what I'm doing.
Joe, the man makes the
Yeah.
decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, they really do have like a Twilight relationship.
And so in retrospect, good that she's gonna forget that she's dating this Claude, but I'm pretty damn sure he didn't take away that her remembering that she loves Superman.
No,
But
he likes that.
Motherfucker
Yeah.
didn't even take away that she smokes.
yeah.
Come on.
All right. Then on top of that, this dickhead, now that he has his powers back, he's gonna show back up as Clark Kent and beat the shit out of Rocky for whatever reason in the diner. Fucking spin him around on the chair, sit his ass in his own dinner, throw him through the pinball machine. That's a fat chat foul.
Not offer to clean offer to clean up any of the mess that he's.
He does
making.
give him money
gives
at
him-
least.
He gives them money, but he doesn't.
Handful of cash. Sorry
He
for
has
the
the
damages.
ability to do that, and he just doesn't.
Yeah.
Well,
all
he
right.
also has the ability to be the bigger
So,
man and leave it the fuck alone.
to keep
Stole
your
that money too.
to keep your precious secret identity, you're gonna fucking
Yeah.
just destroy Lois's mind, and whatnot. Rewrite that. Then you're just gonna, for pettiness, go back here to kick
Yep.
Rock's ass.
And then he's like, here's some money. Sorry for the damages. Oh, by the way, before I go,
Yeah. See, that would have been good.
making out with everybody on the way out.
I do like that he was like, I've been working out, but like, no, the scene just sucks. And then he goes back to the White House, just picks up whatever that unique glass dome that's on top of the hallway
He
by
picks
the
it up
Oval
by
Office.
the flagpole.
Yeah, because that thing just came off in one piece and stayed together.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you could carry that whole heavy fixture by the
By the
flagpole.
flagpole.
Apologizes to the president for letting America down.
It won't happen
Yeah,
again.
and he flies off and he's smiling like everything's great. He's like, fuck it, I don't need Lois. I don't need to be able to take a vacation or
I don't need to
pay attention to my own interests.
I don't need to help finish rebuilding the White House.
Yeah.
You know what? Sex. Tried it. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
Maybe
And-
he's ace.
Yeah.
Apparently.
He just flies off smiling, and
He's
this
not
movie
important enough to do
immediately
that. No, he's just better than Lois.
promises a Superman 3. Immediately.
Oh yeah, don't worry, it's coming.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that part.
Here comes Superman 3. Do 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 do.
Oh,
And there goes Superman 2. Do 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 do
doo-doo, indeed. Doo-doo.
do 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 do.
Well, Tony,
Superman, Tony, Superman. Do your thing.
All right. So, yeah, on RottenTomatoes.com, critics gave this a score of 83%. Audience gave this a score of 76%.
Really?
wow.
Really? That's what I read. That's what I had. That's what I said. John, what do you think? Would you recommend this movie?
76 is C plus. C,
That'd be a C, solid.
solid C. I'd probably go down to 60. That's a D, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's borderline F. That's a hard D minus.
Yeah. My nostalgia goggles that I had for this film were completely crushed. And if I never watch this movie again, I won't be missing anything.
Okay.
So not a recommend.
Brick.
I would still rather see this movie than Osmosis Jones again, so I can't give it an F.
What? Like, Osmosis Jones holds the F? Like, nothing
So
else
far,
can be there?
that's like,
That's his gold
you're
standard
only
of
giving it
terrible.
an F if it's worse than Osmosis. It can't.
or just as bad.
Well, Can I point out that like on the percentage scale, F is from 59 to 0.
Sure.
So like,
We were just going by letters up until today, so.
well, but the numbers that go with the letters has been what I've been basing it on.
Oh, I've never been basing it on numbers.
You
To
think
each
about
man
this
his own, yeah.
way differently than Brick does.
So
That's
Also
the
keep-
Rotten Tomatoes scale is kind of on the.
Also, keep in mind he was not with us for Garbage Pail Kids and shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. There is still F minus,
Neither were you.
but
No, but I've seen Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah.
I have not.
Yeah, he missed Food Fight. He missed.
Oh, he won't
Yeah.
for long.
Even if John hadn't seen it, I trust that he would know of it.
I've
Whereas
seen
Brick,
it and I listened to the
Yeah,
episode.
Whereas Brick, I'm sure-
we need to have like a
Yeah.
catching up Brick episode.
we'll
do it for
later,
Patreon.
later. Yeah, but
So yeah, I mean, I'd give this a D, just a solid D.
okay. Rob.
Yeah, I also remember this movie being way better than it is. This was awful, man. Nothing made sense. Nothing was fun even when it was trying to be. It was just dumb, and I did not enjoy it at all. And I couldn't even pay attention. Most
Yeah, it
of
was
the time.
boring.
It
Yeah.
was very boring. I get this conflated with the third one because I thought Superman had to go fight himself in a junkyard to win his powers back.
I thought so too.
So, yeah, this
Yeah,
movie.
no, that's the red kryptonite does that to him. I think it
Yeah.
splits in.
But it's the same plot over again, right? He gets rid of his power, loses his powers.
I don't think it was intentional in
Okay,
the
so
next
it's-
one. It's the red kryptonite
Yes.
does it to him.
But he loses. Okay.
But yeah, there's
so they
a Clark Kent and an evil
So they do
Superman.
the same plot of this movie in the movie that they tell is going to come out at
Yeah.
the end of this movie.
Yes.
Okay. You know, this is a
This
bad
guy's
movie.
gonna need
I did not enjoy
some
it.
therapy of losing his powers.
Give it a boo.
A boo.
Put a boo with a frown face. That's my number score. And
Okay.
the frown face is the letter.
Yep. Joe.
Fuck this movie. I'll start with the positives. I liked the three bad guys. I thought were the right amount of camp for the job, and I liked the performance of the actors. I thought they were well cast, and like Terrence Stamp is what I think of when someone says General Zod. You know, the fights with them, not so much, but you know, I thought they were cool. That's about it. There's a lot of negatives. I hate both the romantic, both the main protagonists. I don't like. The movie's boring. It doesn't make any sense. I feel like there might have been a good movie that was lost in the editing room.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's probably a lot of parts to this that need to be watched, and then you could arrange those better, maybe.
We might have to actually do the Donner cut one day.
Yeah, there might be
One day.
studio politics that I'm more interested in what happened to this movie than the movie.
Yeah.
This is an F. It's not outrageously terrible. But it's like a 50. It's not a good movie by any means. And it made me mad watching it. And now the first Superman, I think I lightly recommended because I was they didn't know what a superhero movie should be, or they're pioneering.
It was the pioneer template.
Yeah, this one, it's you could just done that. You definitely made it worse. And
Well, they did do that. They showed you the entirety of
well,
that.
yeah. And that didn't help because
No,
I would have rather watched that movie, and that had a 5-year-old's dick in it.
So did this one.
Yeah, technically you're right.
What if they just did that for all of the Superman movies? Even now, what if Man of Steel just had that scene in it?
Just somewhere in the opening credits, we
Yeah.
shove in.
It's like the pearls for Batman.
Yeah.
Guest starring Aaron Smolinski.
Yeah.
It's like that
From
that
the waist
dad
down.
who's like, I'm going to show this to your girlfriends when you grow up, and just shows all of your future girlfriends your young kid in the bath or something else to try and
Your
embarrass
baby
you.
Schmeckle.
Yeah, your baby
That
Schmeckle.
would.
It's all right.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna get that because people know better by now, but I'm curious. In your mind, are we refilming the scene with different actors,
No,
or
it's
is it
gonna be that.
That
it's just
exact clip.
It's just the law has to be in every Superman movie.
Yeah. Even if it's like,
we refilm it with the same actor?
even if it's just
Yeah, like
you
that.
see the DC logo from far away with all the different characters
Oh,
worked
yeah.
into it, and somewhere in there is
So yeah, when they hit
the
like
kid's
when they
dick.
hit like a milestone, the logo can like fade from the baby dick to an adult dick.
Superman flying at the camera, Batman throwing the batarang, young Superman's dick.
Yeah, DC like 30 years, whatever.
Okay,
right.
In the
yeah.
middle of the
So,
zero on the
bottom
thing.
line, you know,
Fucking adult man's dong.
All right, so that's
I can't even recommend that you see this once, and it sucks because I feel like there was a good movie somewhere here, but
I feel like anything worth seeing here, you've
Yeah.
probably seen in other
yeah,
media.
go
somewhere.
go just YouTube Terrence Stamp as General Zod. There's some cool stuff there, and that's it. And just the scene where Superman crushes his hand because that is legit fun.
yeah. That is one of the tough things about this movie because it's like, on the one hand, there is a seed of something good there, and maybe the Donner cut helps, but I can't imagine enough. And I can't say this is the movie that needs to be remade because it kind of was, and that didn't work out so great. At least not yet. So I don't know, but like, yeah, this movie I think was, is very new, very innovative, a wonderful thing at the time. But it should stay there because it does not hold up at all. Like you said, it's very boring. They do not mix those stories well. Like Superman's not doing fucking anything with the plot. He's got his own thing going on.
This is an episode I would have liked Brian to have been here for. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, Superman, I think of all of us, he's the one that identifies the most with Superman as a character.
I think he's the biggest DC
Oh, yeah,
fan.
just
Yeah,
DC
he-
in general.
DC, I will give you.
Yeah, and I mean,
don't
he
know, but-
from what I could tell, he reads a lot more stories of like men struggling with divinity, like that like those kind of themes, like
Yeah.
Invincible and stuff. And for me, I'm like, I'm done. The moment you show me that, I'm like, I don't care. But I would have liked to have seen what he would have said about this movie.
And maybe we can get him to at least do something. Maybe weigh in on the movie.
Brian, write in or leave us a voicemail.
Or next time you're here. But
Yeah, we'll just record a snippet.
yeah.
Or just say,
So-
say it on the next episode. Whatever. That's all.
So we're not recommending Superman 2.
No, just watch the first one.
I can't even think of a Superman movie I'd recommend.
That-
See the first one once.
See the Superman Batman animated movie.
Yeah, I was just about to say,
That
like,
counts.
Justice League animated if you wanted to do
Yeah.
something.
Superman Batman movie.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
yeah.
a good one.
No, that is. I was kind of debating because I don't want to be like, the Superman cartoon because it's not a movie,
But
Is
the
that the one
movie
where their
is-
solution to dealing with Bane was just Superman dresses like Batman and just kicks his ass?
no,
No, that was an episode of
Okay.
the animated series.
No,
but
this is one where they're just. I think Lex Luthor's doing some shenanigans
yeah,
with robots, maybe. But I don't know. I don't remember.
I
It's
believe
been a
so.
while. I just like the banter between the two of them.
yeah. So like the
Your mom's
Since
Martha too.
Since Lois is hot for Bruce, 'cause everybody wants to bang Bruce Wayne and Batman.
I also like the ending where Harley's like pudding and Batman's like probably by now.
Oh, yeah.
He blew up in a ship. All right, so yeah, Superman, Batman, that's World's Finest, was it, or is that the different one?
Might be.
Whatever. Okay, animated thing, yeah.
I don't know what happens to any of this information once you finish it.
It just we recommend it for people that who haven't watched the movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
People that haven't watched the movie don't.
Don't.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah.
Stay that way.
If you
have
listen to
nostalgia
this,
for it,
and yeah, if you
Leave that shit
yeah.
intact.
You know that book you bought that one time you were out and saw it and were like, yeah, I'll start reading again. Go
No,
read
don't.
that. Go read that.
Anyway,
I miss reading books.
So it's time to roll the d20 of fate.
I think I rolled this, right?
Yes.
Yep.
so I believe that makes it John's turn.
So
Choose your
I'll roll the one I didn't
choose
create
your
this
lump
time.
from the velvety pouch. 8's a reroll apparently because it came up blank for some dumb reason.
there's a blank somewhere in our list that
Yeah.
random. picked
Probably,
out.
I probably deleted something that didn't.
That's a
Oh,
foul.
4. Take your 8 and divide it by 2.
What is it?
I hope you like Mark Wahlberg.
Oh no.
You don't? Oh, well,
It's a
bad.
newscaster?
too bad. Because we got one of his worst. 2001's The Planet of the Apes.
Oh, well, that's somewhat timely at least.
Yeah, that's the one that started the current franchise of those movies. It's still ongoing, right?
No.
No.
No?
This is
No.
the Tim Burton one.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2001.
I'm not sure I've seen this one.
Oh, strap in, my
Sorry.
friend.
We see it in
Sorry.
theaters? I thought I swore we saw it in theaters.
I would have thought. So
I
too,
yeah,
but
I
who
did see
knows?
it in theaters. I thought with you guys.
Maybe it's one that I just
There's a white,
banished.
the white mobile.
It's got such a twist at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2001.
The twist is the movie's bad, and
Yeah.
it's been bad the whole time. Spoiler alert.
No, 2001 might have still been the silver bullet.
Yeah, that's our
Ending this-
episode, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. There are lots of ways to contact us. The best place to find all that information is on our website at 4ampodcast.podbean.com. We'd love to hear from you. It's fun. But that's it. So good night.
Adios.
Bye-bye. Hello.
Good night, everybody.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed the episode, please subscribe, and if possible, leave a review. If you have questions, comments, or would like to sponsor an episode, email us at the4ampodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to support the show, you can buy a t-shirt, hoodie, and more at Teespring. Or gain access to exclusive content by becoming a patron at patreon.com/4ampodcast. Thanks again for listening. See you next time.